1. Humanoid robots. Source: ChatGPT. A humanoid robot is a type of robot that mimics the appearance and behavior of humans. It usually has a human-like appearance, such as a head, torso, limbs, and sometimes even facial expressions. The purpose of this design is to allow robots to operate in the same environment as humans and interact naturally with humans. Source: Wikipedia. A humanoid robot, English, android, also known as android, is a robot that aims to imitate the appearance and behavior of humans, especially those with similar bodies to humans. Until recently, the concept of humanoid robots was mainly in the realm of science fiction, commonly found in movies, television, comics, novels, etc. Advances in robotics have made it possible to design functional, realistic humanoid robots. There are many degrees of realism in androids, some of which can be recognized by appearance, and do not have the thoughts and feelings of real people. For example, in 2001, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the United States developed the world's first robot with similar human feelings. 2. Tesla Wii, Robot Launch Conference. Source: ChatGPT. Tesla's Wii robot launch event in October 2024 showcased a number of future technological innovations. Here are the highlights. Robotaxi Cybercab. This driverless two-seater taxi has an avant-garde appearance, no rear windows and mirrors, and a gull-wing door design. The car, which has no steering wheel or pedals and operates entirely on artificial intelligence, is expected to go into production in 2026 and will cost no more than $30,000. It uses conductive charging technology and costs only 20 cents per mile, making it suitable for high-frequency use. Robovan. Tesla also showcased a large driverless vehicle that can carry up to 20 passengers, emphasizing its high carrying capacity and suitability for commercial applications. Doll equipment man Optimus. Optimus is versatile and could be used as a home assistant in the future, such as walking the dog, mowing the lawn, or accompanying the user. It is expected to cost less than $30,000 after mass production. The robots shown at the launch event interact smoothly, but some of their movements still need to be monitored remotely by humans. Tesla plans to use these technologies to create a fleet of driverless taxis, allowing car owners to generate revenue through a shared mechanism, while promoting the popularization of home robots. Source: Chain News. Tesla, TSLA, was originally scheduled to hold its Wii robot event at 10 a.m. Beijing time in Los Angeles on October 11, 2024, but it was delayed for nearly an hour before it officially started, and CEO Elon Musk arrived at the venue in the first self-driving taxi Cybercab. The Cybercab, which has no steering wheel and no brakes, is automated, driverless. Priced at less than $30,000, Musk's optimistic estimate of mass production by 2027 also highlights its advantages. 10 times safer than human driving. Like a small lounge on the move, make your commute a prime time to enjoy your personal time. The cost is about $0.2/mile plus taxes and other fees is about $0.3/0.4/mile. Musk pointed out that the average cost of buses is currently $1/mile. It can be automatically charged and cleaned automatically. When not in use, you can also let the car go out to work to generate passive income. Tesla also made its first public appearance at Robovan, which can not only accommodate 20 passengers, but also has the function of transporting goods, and netizens believe that this car is very suitable for operation at the airport. Musk also announced Tesla's grand blueprint to launch unsupervised FSD self-driving capabilities in Texas and California next year, and promote the fully autonomous driving of Model 3 and Model Y by 2026, while Musk is optimistic that Cybercab can be launched and mass-produced in 2027. Musk also shared the latest research and development progress of Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus, and many Optimus danced at the same time, incarnating as waiters to provide drinks to the guests, and the whole conference was like a party. 3. Tesla's new car model Cybercab. Source: ChatGPT. Tesla Cybercab is the latest driverless model unveiled at the We Robot launch event in October 2024, designed as a two-seater self-driving taxi with a focus on efficient transportation services. Here are its main features. Core design. Futuristic appearance. The body is smooth and has no rear window, the traditional rear-view mirror is cancelled, and the two doors are designed with gull wings, and the appearance is full of technology. No driving equipment, there is no steering wheel and pedals inside, and it relies entirely on Tesla's full self-driving technology. Space layout. The cockpit is a two-seat design, suitable for short-distance urban transportation or shared mobility. Technology and efficiency. AI-driven, powered by Tesla's latest AI and camera technology, it provides unsupervised self-driving capabilities. Affordable. The estimated cost per mile is only 20 cents, about HK $1.55, which greatly reduces transportation costs. Charging technology. Conductive charging eliminates the need for traditional plug-in devices and improves convenience. Market planning. Mass production is expected to start in 2026 at a price of up to $30,000, with the goal of spreading autonomous driving technology. Tesla plans to operate a fleet of robotaxi vehicles through the app platform, and individual owners can also use their Tesla vehicles for sharing to generate additional revenue. The launch of Cybercab marks Tesla's new layout in the field of autonomous driving and shared mobility, targeting the high-use urban transportation market. The car's technology and cost proposition could be disruptive to traditional transportation services. Source: Wikipedia. The Tesla Cybercab or Robotaxi is an upcoming all-electric self-driving car manufactured by Tesla Inc. The car is completely automated, with no steering wheel or pedals. In October 2024, Tesla Incorporated unveiled the Cybercab concept car and provided 20 prototypes for attendees to test ride at the launch event. Mass production of the car is scheduled to begin in 2027. 4. Tesla's new car model Robovan. Source: ChatGPT. The Tesla Robovan is a new large-scale driverless model launched by Tesla at the We Robot launch event in October 2024. Targeting the commercial and mass transit markets, the vehicle is designed to provide high-capacity, low-cost transportation solutions. Key features. Design and function. High passenger capacity, accommodating up to 20 passengers, ideal for public transport or group travel. Driverless technology. Tesla's full self-driving (FSD) system is adopted, which does not require driver intervention. Space optimization. The interior design emphasizes ride comfort and space utilization. Technology and performance. AI-driven, combines high-precision cameras, sensors, and artificial intelligence to provide stable and safe autonomous driving capabilities. Clean energy, fully electric design, using Tesla's advanced battery technology, to support long-distance transportation needs. Shared apps, potentially integrated into Tesla's shared platform as part of the Robotaxi fleet. Market positioning. It is suitable for corporate group transfers, school bus services, and large-scale personnel transportation. Tesla plans to drive the adoption of Robovan at a competitive price, further increasing the adoption of fully autonomous driving technology. Meaning and potential. Robovan demonstrates Tesla's ambition to further expand its transportation services, not only for individual car owners, but also for the public and commercial transportation markets. This model has the potential to provide new green mobility solutions for businesses and governments, while advancing the future of intelligent transportation. Source: Tesla Guru. In the We Robot event, Tesla unveiled a new model after the Robotaxi debut, Robovan. Robovan looks like a sleek space capsule, with a metallic design and delicate lines to decorate the body, giving it a streamlined and modern look. Robovan features an electric sliding door design that makes it easy for passengers to get on and off the bus, especially for passengers with accessibility needs, such as wheelchair users. It is speculated that Robovan will also be part of the Cybercab unmanned taxi platform in the future, providing ride-hailing services for users with barrier-free needs and groups with multi-ride needs. Robovan's interior is designed to be bright and spacious, with opposite-facing seats that allow passengers to interact and converse. The wheels are hidden on the inside of the car, giving the illusion of floating on the ground. In addition, Robovan, like the Roboxy, has no steering wheel and traditional controls, and relies entirely on autonomous driving technology. Elon Musk said on Robovan's debut, "What if you need a bigger car than a Model Y?" He says the car can accommodate up to 20 people, making it ideal for transporting sports teams or bulk cargo. However, Tesla has not yet released details about Robovan, its price, or when it will be available. It is worth mentioning that back in 2017, Tesla showed off the Roadster supercar in a similar surprise way at the semi-truck presentation, but the model has not yet been mass-produced, 4 years after the initial promised launch time. As a result, the actual launch time of these new models announced today is still unknown. In contrast, Google's Waymo and General Motors Cruise have already successfully deployed Robotaxi services on U.S. roads. Although the debut of Robovan and Robotaxi is expected, it remains to be seen whether Tesla will be able to bring it to market as scheduled. 5. Tesla Robot, Optimus Prime. Source: ChatGPT. Tesla Optimus is a humanoid robot developed by Tesla, which was first unveiled at the We Robot launch event in 2024. Described by Elon Musk as Tesla's most important product, the robot aims to solve labor problems and further advance the use of artificial intelligence in everyday life. Key features: design and function. Appearance: possesses a highly anthropomorphic form factor that is suitable for working in a human environment. Versatility: able to perform a variety of household chores, such as mowing the lawn, walking the dog, helping to babysit the family, and plans to become a family companion in the future. Interactivity: ability to engage in natural conversations and simple interactions with humans, such as high fives or answering questions. Demonstrated its ability to interact with the crowd during the launch, including dancing performances and answering questions from the audience. Technical specifications: artificial intelligence. Equipped with Tesla's own AI system, it is developed based on autonomous driving technology, and has the ability to perceive the environment and make decisions autonomously. Mechanical performance: smooth limb movements and stable walking ability. Some functions still need to be remotely controlled to ensure stability. Market planning and cost. Low cost target: it is expected that after mass production, the cost of a single unit will be less than $30,000, which is cheaper than many family cars. Potential uses: in addition to domestic use, Optimus is also suitable for high-intensity or hazardous work in industrial environments. Limitations and challenges. Autonomy issues: at present, some operations require remote monitoring support, and further improvements are needed in the future. Social acceptance: as a highly anthropomorphic technology, the popularization of robots may face ethical and safety issues. Vision and impact. The launch of Optimus shows that Tesla's AI and robotics technologies are moving to new heights, aiming to liberate human day-to-day work and improve quality of life. If successfully commercialized and democratized, it could change the workforce structure and open up entirely new application models in industrial and domestic scenarios. Source: Baidu Encyclopedia. Optimus is a humanoid robot developed by Tesla. Tesla will start limited production of Optimus Prime robots in 2025, and there may be thousands of Optimus Prime robots working in Tesla in the future. On October 1, 2022, at Tesla's AI Day, Musk officially introduced Tesla's first humanoid robot Optimus Prime. The robot is equipped with Tesla's same self-driving software system and sensors. On June 12, 2024, it was reported that Tesla has deployed 2 Optimus robots in the factory. Optimus will make its public debut at the 2024 World Artificial Intelligence Conference in Shanghai, July 4 to 7. 6. Tesla robot Optimus Prime female robot Catwoman. Source: NetEase. On April 23, 2024 local time, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said in the latest earnings call that Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus Prime may perform tasks in the factory at the end of this year, and may be launched at the end of next year at the earliest. I think Tesla is the most capable of mass production of all the humanoid robot manufacturers. Musk emphasized that Optimus Prime will be more valuable than any other product combined, and Tesla's AI inference technology is also very different from any other company. Musk's humanoid robot was first unveiled at Tesla's first Artificial Intelligence Day in August 2021. On September 30, 2022, Tesla held its second Artificial Intelligence Day and released the Optimus Prime, humanoid robot, which can realize complex actions such as upright walking, carrying, and sprinkling. After a year, Musk's humanoid robot has evolved again. On December 13, 2023, Tesla released a demonstration video of Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus GEN2, on X, which has been able to walk like a human, do 90-degree squats, and easily peel off eggshells. In January, Musk also released a video of Tesla's Optimus humanoid robot wearing his shirt. Our goal is to make useful humanoid robots as quickly as possible. Musk has said that he is working on a fertile robot that can not only cook, clean the house, accompany and chat, but also provide a real tactile experience and even give birth. Musk also tweeted that there will be female humanoid robots in the shape of Catwomen in the future, which leaves a huge space for people's imagination. In addition, the intimate picture of Musk and the beautiful robot has also been viral on the internet. Daniel Marvin, the CEO of KE Sharp, also shared photos of Musk kissing and hugging a robot named Catanilla. Daniel Marvin revealed that Catanilla is Musk's ideal type. She has the personality and characteristics that Musk dreams of, and she can also help people solve problems, which is very perfect. 7. West, Talos. Source: ChatGPT. Talos is an important character in Western mythology, especially in ancient Greek mythology, depicting as a bronze giant. According to mythology, he was the guardian of Crete and was ordered to protect the island from outsiders. Key features: Bronze giant. Talos's body is made of bronze, a symbol of strength and indestructibility. It is said that he patrolled Crete 3 times a day to protect the island's inhabitants from enemies. Function and mission: Talos would throw boulders at ships close to Crete to stop the invaders. The myth describes him as having a bronze stinger, which is used to block the only channel for the flow of his blood, symbolizing divine power or life force. Once uprooted, he will lose his strength and perish. Origin: Talos is sometimes described as a gift from Zeus to Minos, the king of Crete. It is also believed that he was a craftsman made by Hephaestus, the Greek god of forges. Myths and stories: The final ending of Talos is mentioned in the story of the Argonauts' hero. He was tricked by magic from Medea, the mysterious witch, who pulled out the bronze spike from the life channel, causing the bronze liquid to drain and die. Source: Wikipedia. Talos is an automaton in Greek mythology. The name means felling or sun. There are 3 versions of Talos's origin. According to Hesiod, Zeus created 4 generations of human beings: gold, silver, bronze, and black iron. Talos is a bronze man who belongs to the bronze generation and has survived until the age of the demigods. Another view is that it was cast by Hephaestus, the god of fire, and the Cyclops, and was given to Minos, the king of Crete. The author of the epic, Chenaiethon, refers to him as the sun god in the ancient Cretan faith, and Hephaestus as his son. In some dialects, Talos is synonymous with Helios, Greek for sun, which is a footnote to Cynesian's view. King Minoan's wife, Pasiphae, representing the moon, may have been the daughter of Talos. 8. China, Puppet Man. Source: ChatGPT. The Chinese puppet is a time-honored art form that refers to humanoid models made of wood, clay, bamboo, or other materials, and is widely used in performing arts, rituals, entertainment, and other fields. The term puppetry encompasses all kinds of dolls, puppets, and funerary objects with human features, and has far-reaching significance in Chinese culture. The main types and uses of dolls. Puppets in theatrical performances. Puppet theater. Chinese puppet theater originated in the Han Dynasty and matured into the Song, Ming, and Qing dynasties. Puppets are divided into puppet shows, marionettes, stick puppets and other forms. Shadow puppetry. Shadow puppetry features beautifully carved transparent leather puppets as the protagonists, performing traditional stories under the effect of light and shadow. Originated in the Han Dynasty, it is an important part of traditional Chinese theater culture. Sacrificial and religious uses. In ancient China, dolls were often used for rituals as sacrifices or incarnations of gods to pray for peace, a good harvest, or the removal of calamities. Some ethnic minorities also make dolls for exorcism rituals or ancestor worship. Funeral and symbolism. In ancient tombs, dolls were often placed in tombs as burial objects to symbolize human servants or living scenes, which were popular from the Han Dynasty to the Tang Dynasty. Terracotta figurines and wooden figurines are used for this purpose, showing the social structure and cultural practices of the time. Folk entertainment and toys. The dolls were also made into children's toys, such as the clay dolls that were popular during the Tang and Song dynasties. The cultural significance of the dolls. Artistic expression. The puppet is not only a handicraft, but also carries the cultural connotation of drama and performance, reflecting the wisdom and creativity of the ancient people. Historical witness. The dolls in ancient tombs provide us with important information for the study of society, economy, art, etc. Religious beliefs. The doll is a symbol of the gods, reflecting the ancient Chinese understanding of the supernatural world. Modern influences. Modern puppet culture continues to be passed on in art, theater, and film and television productions, such as puppetry and shadow puppetry, which remain important intangible cultural heritage in some regions and inspire new generations of artists. 9. Japan Trap Dolls. Source: ChatGPT. Karakuri Ningi. Mechanical dolls, in Japan are automaton dolls developed during the Edo period, 1603–1868, that combine exquisite craftsmanship and mechanical technology to showcase the creativity and scientific knowledge of the time. These dolls are believed to be a fusion of early Japanese machinery and performing arts, and are of high cultural and historical value. The main type of trap puppet. Tea-luck dolls. One of the most iconic trap dolls that can be moved from the host to the guest with a teacup. Driven by springs and gears, the cup stops when it is picked up, is put back and then returns to the starting point. It shows the combination of precision machinery and everyday culture. Performance figures. It is used for temple festivals or theatrical performances. These dolls can perform complex dance or theatrical scenes on stage. For example, a samurai doll capable of drawing a bow and shooting an arrow, or a female doll that mimics a dance. The operating mechanism is usually hidden inside the puppet and is controlled manually by the performer or driven by a mechanical system. Chronograph figures. Dolls that combine the clock function perform different actions over time, such as telling the time, ringing the clock, etc. It was a symbol of high-end craftsmanship and mechanical technology at that time. Technology and design. Drive principle, mainly rely on gears, springs, pulleys and gravity to operate. Materials and craftsmanship. Wood, metal and traditional lacquer are the main features, with detailed shapes, some with elaborate kimonos and facial expressions. Inspiration. Inspired by ancient Chinese automata, such as the hydraulic machinery of the Tang dynasty, combined with the intricate design of Japanese craftsmen. Cultural significance. The dolls were a symbol of technological progress at the time, showing the importance that the Edo period placed on craft, entertainment, and technological innovation. They are not only entertainment tools, but also part of daily etiquette and cultural exchange, such as the tea-luck dolls, which embody the ceremonial spirit of the Japanese tea ceremony. Source: Wikipedia. A trap puppet is a type of puppet made by traditional Japanese techniques, and an automatic mechanism is set inside the puppet to make the puppet perform some human movements. The Edo period from the 17th to the 19th century was the era when machine dolls were most popular, and the guide car of the Kaimei era was its origin. 10. USA, Machine Skeletal Systems, Yes Man. Source: ChatGPT. Exoskeletons in the United States include a number of advanced technology solutions, such as the XOS exoskeleton developed by Raytheon and the HULC system developed by Lockheed Martin, which are mainly used to enhance the strength, endurance, and mobility of the human body. Thundertheon XOS-2 is a second-generation mechanical skeleton designed for military use, with high-pressure hydraulics that allow the wearer to lift heavy objects with a weight ratio of 17:1. In other words, lifting a 200-pound weight makes the wearer feel only 30 pounds. The exoskeleton is lighter than the first XOS-1 and is 50% more energy efficient. Although a power connection is still required for the time being, the technology demonstrates the possibilities of the future of mechanical bones. Lockheed Martin's HULC exoskeleton system focuses on improving the mobility of soldiers, supporting heavy loads and reducing physical exertion, allowing the wearer to remain productive during long military missions. The HULC has been tested in a variety of terrain and military applications. These exoskeletons were developed with the support of the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, program, with the goal of making mechanoskeletal technology not only for military use, but also for civilian applications such as workplaces and medical rehabilitation. 11. Japan, Full-Size Humanoid Robot, Wabo. Source: ChatGPT. Wabo is one of Japan's first full-scale humanoid robots, developed by Japan's Waseda University and debuted in 1973. This robot is an early example of artificial intelligence and mechanical engineering, marking a big step forward in humanoid robotics. Features of Wabo: full body motor ability. Wabo has complete hand and foot movements, and can imitate basic movements such as human walking and hand manipulation. These actions are driven by hydraulic and servo motors inside it. Speech recognition. Wabo is capable of conducting simple voice conversations and responding to actions according to instructions. Its voice recognition system allows it to understand and respond to simple voice commands. Visual perception. The robot is also equipped with a visual sensing system that is able to sense and react accordingly to its surroundings. For example, it is able to recognize objects and make action decisions based on visual data. Influence and history. Wabo is not only the beginning of robotics in Japan, but also the cornerstone of the development of humanoid robots around the world. Its development showcased early ideas about how robots could mimic human behavior. Although the technology was rudimentary at the time, the birth of Wabo led to the development of more robotics in the future. Subsequent versions of the Wabo series. Wabo 2, introduced in 1984, it improved mobility and speech processing capabilities, and could better mimic human emotional responses. Wabo 3, this version further enhances the robot's perception and interaction capabilities, allowing it to interact more differently with humans. The Wabo family has had a profound impact on the development of modern robots, especially in terms of the design and operating principles of humanoid robots. These technological advancements have contributed to Japan's leading position in the field of robotics. Source: Wikipedia. Japan's robotics has been leading the field since the 1970s. Waseda University launched the Wabo program in 1967 and completed Wabo 1 in 1972, the first android, a full-size humanoid intelligent robot. Its limb control system allows it to walk with its lower limbs and grasp and transport objects with its hands using tactile sensors. Its visual system allows it to measure the distance and direction to objects using external receivers, artificial eyes and ears, and its dialogue system allows it to communicate with people in Japanese through an artificial mouth. In 1984, Wabo 2 was introduced with many modifications, with 10 fingers and 2 feet, being able to play the organ, and being able to read sheet music, as well as being able to accompany a person. In 1986, Honda Motor Co., Limited began a humanoid robot research and development program to create humanoid robots that could successfully interact with humans. 12. Japan, Honda, Robot Series. Source, ChatGPT. Honda's development in the field of robotics is an important part of contemporary robotics. Since the 1980s, Honda has been developing humanoid robots and has launched a series of advanced robot products. Here are the key milestones of the Honda Robot series. 1. P2, 1996. The P2 was Honda's first humanoid robot to hit the market. The robot is capable of walking in unstable environments and is capable of basic gait control. Its design had a profound impact on Honda's later robotics development. 2. Asimo, 2000. One of Honda's most famous robots is Asimo, Advanced Step in Innovative Mobility, which debuted in 2000. Asimo is designed as a humanoid robot with high flexibility and walking ability. Features include: walking on 2 legs, Asimo is able to walk naturally like a human and is able to walk up stairs, run, and even perform movements such as dancing. Voice and facial recognition, Asimo has basic voice recognition capabilities and the ability to interact with people simply. Collaborate with people, Asimo can assist with daily tasks such as delivering items, helping the elderly, etc. 3. Asimo Evolution, 2011 to 2018. Over time, Asimo has undergone several upgrades that have improved its athleticism and interactivity. In 2011, Asimo began to be able to perform more complex movements, such as playing football, and was able to use more perceptual systems to recognize its surroundings. 4. Honda Walking Assist, 2007. In addition to targeting humanoid robots, Honda has also developed the Walking Assist device, a mobility aid robot designed for people with mobility disabilities. The system uses exoskeleton technology to help users walk, improve their gait and mobility. 5. Honda UniCub, 2012. Another breakthrough product is the UniCub, a personal mobility device similar to a skateboard. With its unique control system and direction sensing technology, it allows users to move freely indoors, with good flexibility and stability. 6. Honda 3A Series, 2018. Honda's 3E series of robots, e.g., 3EA18, 3ED18, 3EB18, focus on improving the sustainability of society, and in this series, they demonstrate how intelligent mobile robots can assist people in all walks of life, such as in agriculture, disaster relief, and other fields. Impact and future prospects. Honda's robot development not only represents a high level of development in artificial intelligence and mechanical technology, but also has a profound impact on the transformation of society and lifestyles. As Honda continues to innovate, its robotics technology is expected to play an increasing role in areas such as healthcare, home assistance, and intelligent transportation. Source: Wikipedia. Asimo is a humanoid robot developed by Honda Motor Co., Limited in Japan, measuring about 130 centimeters and weighing 54 kilograms when standing. Asimo resembles an astronaut with a backpack and can travel at speeds of up to 6 km per hour. Asimo was developed from a series of Honda e-robots. Designed to look like an astronaut, it is 130 centimeters tall and has the ability to integrate vision and hearing, and currently only lasts for 1 hour on a single charge, but it can go to the charging station on its own. In the 2011 version, the number of articulations increased by 23 to 57, the weight loss of 6 kilograms became 48 kilograms, and the running speed increased from 6 km per hour to 9 km per hour. Asimo can already have conversations with multiple people at the same time, when encountering other people in action, it predicts the direction and speed of the opponent's travel, and calculates an alternative route in advance to avoid collision with the opponent. The movement and range of motion of the legs can not only walk, run, and walk backwards, but also jump on one foot, jump on both feet, change direction while jumping, and can also walk on slightly uneven ground. You can turn the water bottle with your hands, hold a paper cup, pour water, and make your fingers move more delicately, and you can even use sign language to express what you are saying while talking. 13. Benefits of bots. Source: ChatGPT. The development of robotics has brought many significant benefits to various fields. Here are a few of the main advantages. 1. Increase efficiency and productivity. Robots are able to perform repetitive and tedious tasks without interruption and for long periods of time, greatly increasing productivity. This is especially important for the manufacturing and logistics industries, where robots can enable fast, precise operations that reduce human error and speed up production processes. 2. Improve job safety. In dangerous work environments, robots can replace humans in high-risk tasks such as defusing bombs, handling toxic substances, conducting deep-sea operations, etc., which not only protects the safety of human workers, but also completes work in extreme or harmful conditions. 3. Improve health care. In the medical field, robots have begun to assist in delicate surgery, patient care, and rehabilitation. Medical robots, such as the Da Vinci surgical robot, can perform minimally invasive surgeries with high precision and reduced patient recovery time. In addition, robots can also help the elderly and people with mobility impairments with daily living assistance. 4. Cost savings and improved accuracy. Robots are able to perform a large number of production or service jobs at a lower cost and reduce the need for human labor. This not only reduces labor costs, but also improves work accuracy. Many robots are able to complete tasks more precisely than humans, improving the quality of the final product. 5. Foster innovation. Advances in robotics have led to the emergence of many emerging technologies and innovative applications. For example, the combination of robotics and artificial intelligence enables more automated and intelligent solutions, which have the potential to solve complex problems such as urban mobility and disaster response. In summary, the development of robotics has brought significant benefits to many fields, whether it is to improve production efficiency, safety, or improve the quality of human life, all of which show the important role of robots in the future society. Source: BBC News. Joseph A. Owen, president of Northeastern University in the United States and author of Robot Proof: Higher Education in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, introduced, to prevent jobs from being lost to robots to replace, you need to constantly update your skills in your career instead of choosing a stable job. He said that for people to adapt to this new environment, education must be reformed. He gave a solution to the humanics doctrine with 3 basic aspects. Improve technical skills, understand how machines work and know how to interact with them. As artificial intelligence and robots become more powerful, machines will enter all human jobs. Some employees will be replaced by machines, others will work with machines, and the efficiency will be greatly improved. People with foundational skills in programming and engineering principles are more likely to succeed in this new job. Mastering the use of data, working on the data generated by these machines. People need to be data literate in order to understand, analyze, and leverage a vast pool of information. Gradually, this data is starting to guide everything, whether it's a major business decision, investing in stocks, or a day-to-day purchase. Enhance human-specific strengths, things that only humans can do, and that future machines can't imitate. It's about human creativity, flexibility, and empathy, as well as the ability to take information in one situation and apply it to another, Orn said. As far as education is concerned, education that imparts knowledge in the classroom is no longer so important, and more important is experiential learning. According to the World Economic Forum, many white-collar jobs, such as accounting, will be at risk of being replaced by automation in the future, but the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, believes that low-skilled jobs are more likely to be affected and that education is closely linked to income. In any case, the pace of skill replacement is faster than ever before. Indranil Roy, head of the Future of Work Center of Excellence at multinational consultancy Deloitte, said, "In the last era, a skill lasted about 26 years, and it was also a career cycle. Now it's 4.5 years, and it's getting shorter." Aoun says that being fast is not necessarily a bad thing, but it means that you may always have to learn. At the same time, universities must shift their focus to lifelong education and training for mid-career staff. "We often find ourselves falling behind," he said. "In a way, it's also a huge opportunity to re-educate and refresh your knowledge and skills. Only those who are constantly learning can succeed." 14. Robotics developments, AI, hardware. Source: ChatGPT. The development of robotics includes two key areas: artificial intelligence, AI, and hardware technology. These technologies complement each other and drive a leap forward in robotics capabilities. Here are the trends and key breakthroughs in these two areas. 1. Artificial intelligence, AI. The application of AI in robotics is becoming more and more common, especially in areas such as machine vision, speech recognition, motion control, and learning capabilities. AI enables robots to perceive their environment, make decisions, and improve interactions with humans. Machine learning and deep learning, these technologies enable robots to learn from large amounts of data and optimize their own behavior. For example, autonomous vehicles use deep learning algorithms to analyze road conditions, recognize objects, and react. Army technology. Reinforcement learning. With reinforcement learning, robots can train themselves to perform in dynamic environments. This is important for robots to perform complex tasks such as grabbing and carrying items. Natural language processing. AI can also help robots understand and generate language, enabling them to communicate effectively with humans. For example, many service bots already have speech recognition and speech generation capabilities to have conversations with users. 2. Hardware technology. Advances in hardware technology play a crucial role in the development of robotics capabilities. With innovations in sensors, actuators, and energy systems, robots can now perform more precise, flexible operations. Flexible robots. These robots no longer rely solely on rigid structures, but are able to mimic the softness of living organisms for more delicate and flexible movements. These robots are commonly used in the medical, agricultural, and service sectors. Biomimetic design. Advances in biomimicry have enabled robots to mimic human or animal movements, performing actions such as gait control, balance, and even jumping. This type of technology greatly improves the adaptability and locomotion of robots. High-performance energy systems. Innovations in energy management systems allow robots to run longer and more efficiently. The development of wireless charging technology, ultralight batteries, and high-performance motors has led to an ever-expanding range of applications for robots. 3. Convergence of AI and hardware. The combination of AI and hardware technology is at the heart of modern robotics. AI enables robots to respond flexibly to complex environments, and advanced hardware provides the physical foundation to underpin these capabilities. For example, humanoid robots, such as Honda's Asimo and Boston Dynamics Spot, rely on machine vision and precise control to perform tasks such as walking, carrying, and climbing stairs. These developments bode well for future robots that will be smarter, more flexible, and able to collaborate with humans in more fields, from medical and manufacturing to multiple applications in everyday life. 15. Robot evolution. Source: ChatGPT. The evolution of robots reflects continued advances in artificial intelligence, AI, mechanical engineering, perception technology, and the way humans interact with machines. With the development of technology, robots have evolved from simple mechanical devices in the early days to high-tech devices capable of performing complex tasks and collaborating with humans. Here are the main stages of robot evolution. 1. Early mechanics, 1950s to 1970s. The beginnings of robotics can be traced back to the mid-20th century. In the 1950s, people like George Devil and Joseph Engelberger invented early industrial robots, which often consisted of simple robotic arms capable of performing fixed, repetitive industrial operations. These robots are mainly used in production lines, reducing human involvement in dangerous or heavy work. 2. Roboman, 1980s early 2000s. With the advancement of computer technology and artificial intelligence, robots are beginning to have more intelligent functions. In the 1980s, robots began to have simple perception capabilities and were able to perform some autonomous operations. One of the hallmarks of this phase was Honda's Asimo, the world's first humanoid robot with the ability to walk, jump, and interact with people on its own. Robots of this period were still limited in hardware and relied heavily on human programming to perform simple tasks. The application of artificial intelligence is mainly focused on simple pattern recognition and motion control, and robots are beginning to be able to perceive and react to the environment. 3. Autonomous robot, mid-2000s present. With the rapid development of artificial intelligence, deep learning, and machine vision technology, robots have begun to enter the era of autonomous operation. Not only are these robots capable of completing complex tasks, but they can also judge and act based on their surroundings without requiring too much human intervention. For example, Boston Dynamics Spot robot is not only capable of walking, but also navigating, carrying items, and even opening doors. At this stage, robots begin to work in more complex environments and become more capable of collaboration. Many robots use reinforcement learning to optimize themselves, gradually learning to make decisions in a changing environment. 4. Human collaborative robots, 2020s future. Entering the third decade of the 21st century, robotics has entered a more intelligent and flexible phase, especially in the field of collaboration with humans. The new generation of robots is not only capable of performing a variety of manual tasks, but also understands language, perceives emotions, and responds adaptively. Often referred to as collaborative robots, cobots, these robots are designed to interact and collaborate with human workers in shared spaces with a high level of safety. For example, Honda's walking assist robot can help people with reduced mobility walk, while Amazon's warehouse robot can help employees work more efficiently and autonomously sort and handle goods without much intervention. 5. Future outlook, intelligent robots and artificial intelligence. In the future, robots will be further integrated into daily life and assist in solving complex problems with higher intelligence. Continued advancements in artificial intelligence mean that robots will not be limited to performing physical labor, but will also be able to handle more complex decision-making and creative tasks. The combination of robots with other innovative technologies such as the Internet of Things, IoT, and 5G communication technology will also greatly increase their flexibility and range of applications. With the development of these technologies, robots will be able to better integrate into multiple fields such as home, healthcare, education, manufacturing, etc., and work in tandem with humans to face future challenges together. Source: Harvard Business Review. The speed and physical strength of robots, as well as the fact that they don't get bored or hurt by repetitive force, make them a natural choice for manufacturing. But they need to be well arranged. To integrate robots into a factory, they must be placed precisely in the right places, with errors of only a few millimeters, bolted to the floor and separated by fences so as not to injure employees. At least, that's what it has always been like in the past. In manufacturing, it's hard to move robots, but it's not that hard now, said Julie Jay, an associate professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and head of the Interactive Robotics Group. Julie Shah said. Julie Shah leads research on a new generation of adaptable robots that are smarter, smaller, and safer. This robot is also more resilient, if necessary, learn new tasks from workers. They are more efficient in their own right, and they also make workers more efficient. Julie Shaw's research shows that these new robots represent the beginning of a major shift in manufacturing, where what used to be a process in which workers worked near large, dangerous automated machines now instead work next to or even with them. Adaptive robots are already creating new efficiencies for manufacturers and changing the way businesses build things, including the factory itself. In addition, robots have proven to be far more collaborative than their predecessors, enhancing engagement and job satisfaction among human colleagues. This is happening, mainly because the fence around the robot has begun to crumble. Robots of the past required a lot of headroom, and when people approached, they wouldn't know that a robotic arm that swung at high speed to grab a part could easily cripple or kill someone. As a result, the laws of many countries around the world require barriers between workers and machines. But now, sensing technology similar to the new car's collision detection system allows the robot to move freely and work safely between people. When they detect an object in the vicinity, they react to avoid a collision. The technology has become so robust and reliable that governments have begun to remove fence mandates. Other technological advances have also helped, including better actuator and optical technology, as well as more sophisticated software. In the case of older robots, the parts had to be placed precisely in the correct position before the robot could pick them up and start working. But adaptive robots are not so demanding. For example, cameras and object recognition algorithms help robots see the parts they are supposed to handle, regardless of how they are placed. Advanced robotic arms and hands that can be twisted and turned to grasp objects and place them in place. When there are no more parts in the pallet, the robot will also recognize it, remind the worker to refill it, and wait patiently until someone does. All of this reduces bottlenecks on the production line and saves valuable time. In addition, even as robots become smarter, their costs continue to fall. Julie Shaw is researching manufacturing plants that have deployed adaptive robots, and her research shows that 4 major benefits are beginning to emerge. 1. Robots have become safer, which makes people happier with them. In a survey, workers said they felt safer and more comfortable working with adaptive robots than with regular robots, and that they were more satisfied with such teammates. 2. Robots can speed up thankless work. In one study, having an adaptive robot perform work with no added value enabled employees to complete tasks 25% faster than if they were assisted by stationary robots. This is important because this type of work often creates bottlenecks in the production line. Even if you save only a few seconds on work that has no added value, it can add up to a lot of time over time. Imagine a factory that builds 20,000 cars a month and sells $30,000 per vehicle, and if workers work 2 6-hour shifts a day and have lunch and other breaks, they earn or lose about $27,777 in revenue per minute worked, which is equivalent to $1.7 million in revenue per hour. If 12 minutes per hour are spent on work with no added value, the 25% time saved by the adaptive robot can reduce the time without added value to 9 minutes. As a result, those 3 minutes translate into approximately $83,000 in potential revenue. For 2 shifts a day, that's about $1 million, which is equivalent to $30 million a month. 3. The robot drastically reduces idle time. In Julie In one Shaw study, replacing a standard robot with an adaptive robot allowed workers to complete tasks nearly 6% faster, 3% less time spent idle and 17% less time spent idling robots. In another study, Julie Shaw found that in a 10 to 15-minute task, if a worker works with an intelligent robot that can anticipate when the building materials need to be picked up, the workers have an average of 6.5 seconds of nothing to do while waiting for the robot to recognize when it is time to pick up and deliver the required building materials. If a worker has to instruct a robot to pick up a building material, he or she will spend 44 seconds waiting. 4. Workers want to work with new robots. Adaptive robots seem to have changed people's perceptions of the value and potential of robots, and workers are even willing to cede power to machines. In one experiment, Julie Xia found that giving workers more control over their work assignments, i.e., putting workers in charge, made them less likely to want to work with robots again, and had a negative impact on team smoothness or group performance. In a sense, workers prefer to let adaptive robots distribute work. Other positive results are emerging. As the price of purchasing robots drops, even smaller businesses can invest in robots, increasing the opportunity to use robots in innovation. The new robots can move more freely, so the plant space can be reduced and more flexible. The composition of the workforce can also change, as robots take on more non-value-added work. Older, less mobile employees can work more productively on the plant. But the most so Julie. Xia is excited about the ability of adaptive robots to learn from humans. She points out that the benefits are especially high when new robots are paired with high-performing workers. There are usually some key employees in the factory who are good at something, and if something goes wrong, those people are the ones who can reconfigure and solve the problem quickly. In the absence of these high-performing employees, bottlenecks that cause significant losses occur. It's easier said than done to replicate high-performing employees in a single machine, because there are so many factors that make a good job come from accumulated knowledge and an understanding of how things actually work. But Julie. Xia says that if bots can observe the behavior of high-performing employees and adjust their techniques, they can bring more benefits. When we start to move knowledge from highly specialized people to an AI engine, the benefits are huge, she said. As adaptive robots become more capable of being trained by people and can be immediately set up to perform the work they need to perform, their efficiency and resilience will increase rapidly. Robots have made promises of manufacturing automation less extreme than they once were. In the future, there may be no need for special arrangements to implement it at all. 16. AI Grade, AGI, 1. Layout Yen Instrument 2. Detective 3. Proxy Class 4. Innovator 5. Organizer. Source, ChatGPT. Here's a realignment of the artificial intelligence, AI, tiers, from basic chatbots to advanced organizer AI, that gradually demonstrate the evolution of AI in terms of intelligence, creativity, and self-learning. 1. Chatbots. Chatbots are the most basic form of artificial intelligence and are primarily used to have conversations with humans and perform simple tasks. They often react based on pre-designed rules or simple algorithms, and do not have deep comprehension or reasoning skills. This type of AI is able to handle common problems or instructions, but is unable to think or learn in a complex way. Common examples include voice assistants such as Siri, Google Assistant, etc. 2. Reasoners. Inferer AI is more sophisticated than chatbots, and they are able to analyze large amounts of data and make inferences based on logic. This AI can be used to solve more challenging problems and make educated predictions or decisions. Inferencer AI is often used in specialized fields such as medical diagnosis, legal analysis, financial forecasting, etc., where it is able to handle complex situations and propose specific solutions. 3. Agent level. Agent level AI is able to autonomously perform tasks and make decisions without the need for human intervention. This type of AI is more flexible and able to cope with dynamic and uncertain environments. They can learn and adapt to different situations to achieve specific goals. For example, a self-driving car is a typical agent-level AI that needs to make driving decisions based on traffic conditions, automatic navigation, and processing real-time changes. 4. Innovators. Innovator AI is capable of doing creative work to generate new ideas, solutions, or products. These AIs go beyond traditional problem-solving capabilities and are able to innovate based on what already exists, or even create new knowledge or technologies under uncertainty. Innovator AI is often used in scientific research, artistic creation, and other fields, and can propose new theories, design new products, and have breakthrough discovery capabilities. 5. Organizers. Organizer AI is the most advanced AI level with a high degree of autonomy, coordination, and foresight. This type of AI enables efficient management of multiple systems and long-term planning in complex environments. Organizer AI can be used to coordinate resources at scale, make multi-party decisions, and be able to handle cross-domain challenges. Not only can they make immediate adjustments, but they also enable the development of optimal long-term strategies for situations such as global governance and large enterprise operations that require a holistic view. These 5 levels demonstrate the evolution of AI from simple applications to higher-level intelligent performance, and point to the potential for future AI development. As technology advances, AI will continue to evolve to a higher level, eventually achieving artificial general intelligence, AGI. Source: Block Tempo. In order to better assess the intelligence level of AI systems internally, OpenAI, the developer of AI chatbot ChatGPT, recently released a new AI grading system to the company's employees, which is divided into 5 levels from low to high. A spokesperson for OpenAI, the developer of the AI chatbot ChatGPT, revealed that OpenAI unveiled a new AI rating system to employees at an all-hands meeting on Tuesday, and OpenAI plans to share the rating system with investors and outsiders to help people better understand its thinking about the safety and future of AI. OpenAI's grading system divides 5 AI levels. Level 1, Chatbots, which can use natural language to conduct conversations. Level 2, Reasoners, who can solve problems of the human hierarchy. Level 3, Agents, who can act on behalf of users. Level 4, Innovators, who can assist in invention and innovation. Level 5, Organizations, which can perform complex organizational tasks. AI will be able to perform a variety of tasks better than everyone else, even doing things that humans can't, such as predicting the future, talking to animals, etc. OpenAI executives told employees that the company believes it is currently at the first level, but is about to reach the second level, the inferent, which refers to a system that can complete basic problem-solving tasks, similar to someone who has a PhD level but can't use any tools. It is understood that at the same plenary session, OpenAI leadership presented a research project involving its AI model GPT-4, which OpenAI believes demonstrates some new skills that can reach a similar level of human reasoning, and an OpenAI spokesperson noted that OpenAI has been testing new features internally, which is a common practice in the industry. OpenAI has said for years that the company is working on building artificial general intelligence, AGI, that is, computers that can basically do better than humans on most tasks, and such AI systems do not currently exist, and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has previously said that he expects AGI to be possible within a decade. According to the grading system proposed by OpenAI, the level of AGI will be level 3, that is, the AI system that can spend days taking action on behalf of the user. AI researchers have long debated how to determine what meets AGI, and in a November 2023 paper, several researchers at Google DeepMind proposed a 5-level AI grading framework, including expert and superhuman levels, similar to the assessment systems commonly used in the automotive industry to assess the degree of automation of self-driving cars. It is understood that OpenAI's new AI grading system is developed by OpenAI executives and senior management teams. OpenAI will collect feedback from employees, investors, and board members, and may make adjustments over time. 17. The 3 Principles of Robotics. Source: ChatGPT. The 3 laws of robotics are 3 basic principles created by the famous science fiction writer Isaac Asimov in his work to ensure the safety and well-being of robots for humans. The 3 principles are: First rule, robots must not harm humans, or cause harm to humans by inaction. Second law, robots must obey human commands, unless the command contradicts the first law. The third rule, the robot must protect itself, provided that it does not violate the first or second law. These 3 principles became a central concept in Asimov's robotics series and sparked a profound discussion about the ethics of AI and robot behavior. Asimov's work explores the conflicts and challenges of the practical application of these rules, especially how to balance them when robots are faced with complex situations. Source: Wikipedia. The Three Laws of Robotics is a code of conduct set by science fiction writer Isaac Asimov in his robot-related works and other robot-related novels. The first law: robots must not harm humans, or sit idly by, and watch humans be harmed. The second law: robots must obey human commands, unless the commands conflict with the first law. The third law: without violating the first or second law, the robot can protect itself. 18. Problems and risks of bots. Source: ChatGPT. The development of robotics brings many potential benefits, but it also comes with a range of problems and risks. These issues often involve ethical, legal, economic, social, and technological dimensions that have a profound impact on human life and future development. 1. Security risks. The autonomy and intelligence of robots increases their efficiency in performing tasks, but it also increases potential safety risks. For example, if a robotic system is hacked or has a software bug, it can cause harm to humans or cause loss of resources. Fields such as self-driving cars, drones, and industrial robots have all had accidents due to technical failures or external interference. 2. Ethical issues. The development of robots and artificial intelligence raises many ethical questions, especially when humans cooperate or interact with robots. For example, how do you ensure the privacy of your bot when handling sensitive data? How can you prevent robots from being used to engage in acts that are harmful to humans? These questions relate to how to design norms and legal frameworks for robotics that are consistent with human ethical values. 3. The impact of the labor market. With the spread of automation and robotics, more and more jobs are likely to be replaced by robots, which could have a huge impact on the labor market. Many repetitive, high-risk jobs will be replaced by automated systems. However, this also poses the risk of mass unemployment, especially in the low-skilled labor market as the autonomy of AI and robotic systems increases. Having highly intelligent robots can pose significant risks to society and humans if they get out of control. For example, overly autonomous military robots or attack drones can have unpredictable and catastrophic consequences if misused. That's why extreme caution is needed in the development of AGI, artificial general intelligence, and advanced robotic systems. When robots perform tasks, their decisions and behaviors can involve complex ethical choices. For example, if a self-driving car has to choose between avoiding pedestrians or protecting passengers in an emergency, how does that choice need to be decided? Such ethical dilemmas raise the need for regulation and responsible design of robot behavior. As robots become more and more integrated into daily life, people may become overly reliant on them, which can make it difficult for humans to face situations without robot assistance. Over-reliance on robots may weaken certain human skills, such as judgment, memory, and problem-solving. Source: BBC News. If you believe what some AI observers believe, then we are heading towards a singularity when AI will surpass human intelligence and continue to improve itself at an exponential rate. If this happens, and it's very unlikely, what will happen to humans? Over the past few years, some celebrities such as Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates have warned of a heightened focus on the dangerous consequences of super AI. And they're spending their money on it. Several billionaires, including Elon Musk, support OpenAI, an organization dedicated to developing artificial intelligence that benefits humanity. But for many, this is nothing more than unfounded concern. Andrew Ng of Stanford University said that worrying about killer robots is like worrying about overpopulation on Mars. Ng is also the chief scientist of Chinese internet giant Baidu. However, the growing reliance on AI does not mean that there are no risks. In fact, the risk is already there. Intelligent systems have entered the decision-making process in important fields such as healthcare, finance, and justice. Significant parts of our lives run the risk of not being fully examined. What's more, AI has the potential to have knock-on effects that can catch people off guard, such as changing our relationships with doctors or changing the way policing communities are enforced. Instead of worrying about humans being ruled by artificial intelligence, think about the real risks that can arise from us putting too much faith in the intelligent systems we make. Remember how machine learning works, training software to look for patterns in data. Once the training is complete, the AI's machine begins to analyze the new data. But when a machine answers, we often have no way of knowing how it answers. There is an obvious problem with this. The accuracy of a machine depends on the accuracy of the data it uses to learn. For example, a system understands that a patient with pneumonia is more likely to die, so the system may hospitalize the patient. The system inadvertently places people with asthma who are at lower risk, because under normal circumstances, patients with pneumonia with a history of asthma are sent directly to the intensive care unit, which greatly reduces the risk of death. But the machine learns to think that this means asthma plus pneumonia equals lower mortality. Because AI is widely used in all aspects of life, from your credit rating, to job matching, to the probability that a criminal will reoffend, the risk of AI making a mistake which we don't necessarily know also increases. Since a lot of the data we provide to AI is imperfect, we shouldn't expect AI to provide perfect answers all the time. Recognizing this is the first step in managing risk. We need to look more closely at AI-based decision-making processes. Since we make AI in our own way, it is likely to have both human strengths and weaknesses. 19. Limit the principle of AI. Source: ChatGPT. The principle of limiting AI is to ensure that artificial intelligence, AI, can be developed within a safe, ethical, and legal framework. These principles focus on how to effectively manage the development of AI and prevent it from causing adverse effects or risks to humans. Here are a few of the main limiting principles that have been proposed. 1. Transparency and explainability. AI systems must operate with a high degree of transparency and their decision-making processes should be explainable. This helps to strengthen trust and ensure that the AI's behavior does not deviate from human values. A sufficient understanding of AI's operations and decision-making can help identify biases, mistakes, or potential dangers. 2. The principle of harmlessness. The principle that AI systems must not cause harm to humans or society derives from the first of the 3 laws of robotics. It requires that all AI technologies be designed, developed, and deployed in a way that takes into account the risks they may bring. This is not limited to physical harm, but also includes social, economic, and even psychological impacts. Fairness and unbiased AI must be designed and operated within a fair and unbiased framework. This means that AI systems should avoid unfair discrimination or decision-making based on factors such as gender, race, religion, etc. Developers should aggressively review algorithms to ensure they do not exacerbate existing inequalities or biases, and users and developers who regulate AI systems must be held accountable for AI's actions. If the AI causes any negative consequences, the relevant parties should be held responsible. This includes developing a legal framework to ensure that liability is retroactive when AI causes harm, and that it has the necessary regulatory control and human ownership. While AI systems are getting smarter, humans must be guaranteed ultimate control over critical decision-making processes. Such a principle ensures that AI does not make far-reaching decisions without adequate oversight, especially in sensitive areas such as medical, military, or legal. As AI technologies develop and apply, they must be regularly evaluated, monitored, and updated. This helps to identify new problems or risks in a timely manner and to correct them during the operation of the AI system to prevent it from deviating from the intended safety range. Source: Taiwan Artificial Intelligence Action Network. At present, countries or regions that are actively developing AI are gradually setting some AI ethical guidelines, especially the European Union, the United States, Chinese mainland, and the OECD. For example, the European Union's Code of Ethics for AI includes 7 principles, which are: AI should be supervised by humans. AI should be robust, secure, and trustworthy. Emphasis on privacy and data governance. Make AI transparent and traceable. AI should ensure diversity and equity. Respect for social and environmental maintenance. Establish and improve the accountability system. In order to ensure the ethical and social awareness of AI development, in 2016 and 2017, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE, successively issued AI ethical design guidelines to set AI development standards from a technical perspective. Subsequently, in 2018, Microsoft proposed that the AI ethics code should be the most representative, that is, fairness, reliability, security, privacy protection, diversity and inclusiveness, and transparency responsibility, and established an AI ethics committee to review whether products comply with AI ethics standards. At the same time, China's Baidu also proposed a code of ethics for AI in 2018, arguing that AI is safe and controllable, and the vision of AI innovation is to promote more equal access to technology and capabilities for human beings. The value of AI is to teach people to learn and grow, rather than surpass or replace people. The ultimate ideal of AI is to bring more freedom and possibilities to human beings. In terms of international organizations, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, AI ethics guidelines are more popular with the international community, such as the G20 Summit, which believes that AI development should be inclusive. AI systems should be designed to respect the rule of law, human rights, democratic values, and diversity. AI should be transparent and accountable. AI should be safe and reliable enough, and AI development and implementation personnel should be responsible for AI. The development of AI brings convenience to people, but it may also infringe on people's rights, so the development and application of AI must take into account ethical norms. Looking at the international trend of AI ethics, we can find that there is a characteristic that tends to be a human-centered AI blueprint, and there are the following key points that cannot be ignored. 1. AI should be human-centric. AI development should follow human-centered values. The development and application of AI should ensure the autonomy of human beings. AI can only be used to augment and supplement human cognitive, social, and cultural skills. The development of AI should be human-centric and ensure that it can be supervised by humans. When humans make decisions, the role of AI is to be an assistant, providing only more information and the possibility of choice, rather than making decisions for humans. To ensure that fundamental rights are safeguarded, there must be adequate human oversight to ensure that AI does not undermine human autonomy. In order to prevent AI from persecuting basic human rights, research and development should be accompanied by a monitoring mechanism. 2. Avoidance of potential discrimination by AI. AI should be fair and diverse. Equity is the basic spirit of the contemporary rule of law, ensuring a fair distribution of benefits and costs, and ensuring that individuals and groups are not discriminated against and stigmatized. AI technology should also be democratized so that everyone has the opportunity to participate. The application of AI in society should not unreasonably weaken people's freedom of choice. In order to avoid bias or unfairness in the development of algorithms, the development process should be made transparent and a monitoring mechanism should be established to analyze the algorithms, objectives, and decisions of AI systems. 3. Limitations on the use of AI data. In the medical field, for example, the large-scale collection and use of sensitive data by AI may threaten privacy. The use of data involves human privacy, which is part of the protection of fundamental rights. In the process of data collection, it is likely that the data itself contains biases, inaccuracies and errors, so it is necessary to eliminate inappropriate data in advance during the AI algorithm test. In addition, the data must be sound, otherwise when malicious or unsound data enters the machine learning system, it may lead to incorrect or malignant decisions in the output of the AI. 4. Legal liability for AI accidents. Taking self-driving cars as an example, when an accident occurs and someone is killed or injured, who should bear the legal responsibility? AI's autonomous activities are not held accountable by the user, however, it may be questionable whether it is reasonable to hold producers legally responsible, and who is responsible in the production process. The development of AI certainly carries hidden dangers, but it is a phenomenon that human society must endure. If an accident occurs in a self-driving car, if the legal responsibility of a specific person is to be pursued to the end, it will inevitably hinder the development of AI technology. Legal ethics may be able to use the notion of acceptable danger to condone the unexpected, however, compensation or compensation after the accident cannot be ignored. Explainability is crucial to the pursuit of legal responsibility and whether AI can be trusted. Explainability means that AI decisions should be understandable and trackable by humans. If AI systems have a significant impact on human social life, the decision-making process of AI should be appropriately explained. It is worth noting whether the legal system should recognize the status of AI as the subject of rights and let AI bear relative legal responsibility. In addition, if AI has the status of a subject of rights, it is necessary to consider the protection of AI in addition to whether AI can be punished. All of these involve the question of whether AI robots have legal personality. 5. Prudent design of AI systems. People want AI to be highly intelligent, but they are worried that AI will override human thinking and thus violate people's rights. This creates a system design dilemma. In the specific application of AI, the ethical problems arising from decision-making algorithms are roughly as follows: uncertainty, incomprehensibility, misleading, unfairness, transformative impact, and traceability. These dilemmas focus on the ethical issues raised by the autonomy of algorithms, the ethical problems under the specific application of algorithms, and the imputation dilemmas of algorithms. For the system design of AI, it is worth noting: a risk assessment process should be established to assess the capabilities and risks of AI in various fields, so as to formulate safety measures. If the particular risks posed by the system itself can be foreseen, the system should be proactively developed and tested for safety. The function of AI is to improve the well-being of human society, but it should not only consider human needs, but also value all living things and the environment, and consider all living beings and the environment as stakeholders in the use of AI, and encourage AI to have the concept of ecological and environmental sustainability. 20. ACI Super Artificial Intelligence. Source: ChatGPT. ACI, Artificial Superintelligence, is an artificial intelligence that surpasses human intelligence, and its capabilities include not only the improvement of all human cognitive abilities, but also the professional abilities that surpass humans in various fields. The goal of this AI is to surpass humans in all intellectual activities, and to have the ability to learn, innovate, adapt, and make decisions independently. 1. Definitions and characteristics. ACI refers to the state when the level of intelligence of an AI reaches or exceeds the limits of human intelligence. Compared to current AI systems, e.g., Narrow Artificial Intelligence or AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, ACI will be able to demonstrate extremely high efficiency and capability in a very wide range of areas, including scientific research, creative work, problem solving, etc. It will be able to solve complex tasks in a matter of seconds that would take years for human scientists to complete. 2. ACI's potential and challenges. ACI has the potential to revolutionize our world, driving major breakthroughs in technology, healthcare, energy, the environment, and more. However, the emergence of ACI also comes with a number of challenges and risks, including control issues. Once beyond human intelligence, ACI can be difficult to effectively control by humans, bringing unpredictable risks. Ethical issues. How to ensure that ACI follows ethical guidelines that are beneficial to humanity and whether it will behave in line with human values. Unemployment and economic impact. ACI's high degree of automation could displace many existing jobs, with serious implications for the labor market. 3. Future possibilities. In the future, ACI is likely to show its potential in many areas. For example, it could be the key to solving major problems such as global warming, energy crisis, disease treatment, etc. However, in order to achieve such a future, the development of ACI needs to be carefully managed and regulated to prevent potential negative impacts. 4. Regulation and control. Due to ACI's high level of intelligence and autonomy, cooperation and regulation on a global scale will be necessary. This includes the development of policy and legal frameworks to ensure that the development of ACI does not pose irreversible risks to humanity. For example, ensure that the moral, ethical, and legal responsibilities of ACI are strictly regulated to avoid their abuse. Source: IBM. Hyper-Artificial Intelligence, ACI, is a hypothetical software-based artificial intelligence, AI, system with intelligence that surpasses human intelligence. At the most basic level, this superintelligent AI possesses cutting-edge cognitive functions and highly developed thinking abilities that are more advanced than humans. While ACI is still a hypothetical future state, some of the technical processes we have today form the cornerstone of ACI. However, to illustrate how far away ACI is now, it's important to first point out that the current state of AI is often referred to as narrow artificial intelligence, ANI, weak AI, or narrow AI technology. Weak AI is good at specific tasks like playing chess or translating languages, but can't learn new skills or gain insight into the world. It relies on pre-programmed algorithms and data and requires human intervention to run. Not all thought leaders agree on the feasibility of ACI. Human intelligence is the product of specific evolutionary factors and may not represent the best or universal form of intelligence. In addition, people don't fully understand how the brain works, so it's difficult to recreate it through software and hardware. 21. Robots have no free will. Source: ChatGPT. Robots are not currently free will. Free consciousness refers to a living being's ability to self-perceive, make self-decisions, and have a deep understanding of its own existence and behavior. However, existing robotics and artificial intelligence, AI, systems rely on predetermined algorithms and programs that do not possess the self-awareness or inner consciousness that humans or animals have. 1. Default behaviors and reactions. Current robots and AI are rule-based or data-driven systems that perform tasks according to human-designed programs. For example, industrial robots perform repetitive tasks, and self-driving cars navigate through sensors and algorithms. Their behavior is determined entirely by external instructions or internal calculations, and there is no autonomous consciousness to choose or understand these behaviors. 2. The concept of free will. Free consciousness typically includes self-awareness, e.g., knowing that oneself exists and being able to respond to external stimuli, and self-decision making, being able to make choices based on one's inner intentions or emotions. Current robots lack such inner experience and perception. They don't understand what they're doing, and they can't think independently beyond established logic and procedures. 3. Artificial intelligence and free will. Although modern artificial intelligence, e.g., powerful natural language processing systems and image recognition models, can simulate some smart behavior, they are still based on data and algorithms, and do not possess subjective experience or free will. AI can make decisions, but those decisions are based on programming and data processing, not on intrinsic perception and intent. 4. Future possibilities. In the future, if AI develops a higher level of artificial general intelligence, AGI, or even super artificial intelligence, ACI, further research is still needed to understand whether they will have some form of consciousness. To this day, scientists have not reached a consensus, and the question of whether machines can have free consciousness remains an unsolved philosophical and technical question. Source: Panchance. The clearest way to wonder why real autonomous robots have not yet appeared is to see which class their consciousness belongs to. As we said in Chapter 2, there are 4 levels of consciousness. Tier 0 can be used to describe a thermostat or a plant, which has some feedback loop that is affected by simple parameters such as temperature and sunlight. Insects and reptiles have a sense of hierarchy. 1. These creatures are mobile, have a central nervous system, and are able to incorporate the new parameter of space into their model of the world in which they live. The next Class 2 consciousness is the world model of this class that incorporates interaction with other individuals of the same species, and therefore requires emotions. Finally, human beings have a Class 3 consciousness, which includes time and self-awareness, which can be used to simulate the way things will evolve in the future, and to determine their own situation in these models. According to this theory, we can rank the robots that are present. The first generation of robots was a Tier 0 because they couldn't move without wheels. The robots are now located in Tier 1, and they can move, but they have a lot of difficulty in navigating the real world, so they are at a very low level. These robots may have the same consciousness as worms or slow-moving insects, and to create a true Class 1 consciousness, scientists need to create robots with the consciousness of insects and reptiles. Even insects have abilities that are lacking in today's robots, such as the ability to quickly find a place to hide, find a mate in the forest, detect predators and run away, and find food and shelter. As mentioned earlier, we can subdivide the consciousness of each level according to the number of feedback loops. Robots with eyes, for example, have multiple circuits because the sensors can detect shadows, edges, curves, and geometries in 3 dimensions. If it has an ear, the robot can detect frequency, volume, sound pressure, and the rest of sounds. In total, there are about 10 feedback loops. Insects may have more than 50 feedback loop because they need to find food, mates, and habitat in their natural environment. Therefore, the typical robot consciousness is 1:10. Next, if the robots are Class 2 conscious, the model of the world they build will need to be able to incorporate other individuals. As we said earlier, in the Class 2 consciousness, the first calculation is the number of individuals in the group multiplied by the number of emotions each individual has, and the number of ways in which they communicate with each other. As a result, robots may have a 2:0 consciousness, but today's labs must first create robots with emotions. Robots now see humans as pixels captured by cameras, but some AI researchers are starting to build robots that can recognize emotions through expressions and tones. This is the first step for the robot to understand humans. Humans are not just random pixels, but have emotional states. Over the next few decades, robots will slowly climb through Tier 2, beginning to have the intelligence of mice, rats, rabbits, dogs, and then cats. Towards the end of the century, robots may have monkey-like intelligence and begin to generate consciousness of their own. Once the robot has applied knowledge derived from common sense and has the mind, it can make complex simulations of the future and play the main role in itself, then it has a Class 3 consciousness. They will leave the world of the present and enter the world of the future. For today's robots, this is decades away. Simulating the future means having a clear grasp of the laws of nature, cause and effect, and common sense in order to think about the future. This also means understanding the intentions and motivations of human beings in order to predict their future actions, and as mentioned earlier, the value of the consciousness of Class 3 is obtained by dividing the number of causal links used by individuals to simulate various real-world situations in the future, divided by the number of control groups. Today's computers can simulate a limited number of conditions, e.g., the collision of 2 galaxies, the flow of air around an airplane, the way buildings shake during an earthquake, with a few parameters, but they are not yet able to simulate the complex conditions of the future, so their consciousness may be like a 3:5 hierarchy. When will robots be able to have human intelligence, or even surpass them? No one knows, but there are many who predict that most of them will be based on Moore's law and generalized it decades from now. But Moore's law is not really a law because it violates a fundamental law of physics, quantum theory. So Moore's law can't last forever, and we're seeing a slowdown now. In 10 or 20 years, the increase in speed will level off, and the results will be terrible, especially for the computer information industry. Millions of transistors can be placed on chips the size of a fingernail, but the number of transistors that can fit on these chips is limited. The thinnest layer of the Pentium chip is only 20 atoms thick, but by 2020 it may be only 5 atoms thick. Then the effect of Werner-Heisenberg's uncertainty principle becomes more and more obvious. You will not be able to determine the position of the electrons may leak out of the wiring, and the chip will be short-circuited. The appendix discusses quantum theory and uncertainty in detail. Also, the chips emit enough heat to fry an egg on top. Unless an alternative is found, the problem of leakage and heat generation will eventually slow down Moore's law. By accommodating transistors on 2D chips, computing power has reached its limit, so Intel has spent billions of dollars on 3D chips in the future. Time will tell if such a bet pays off. One of the main problems with 3D chips is that the higher the chip, the faster the heat is generated. Microsoft uses other methods, such as parallel processing with 2D chips. One possible way to do this is to line up the chips horizontally, then divide a software problem into several parts, each part to a chip, and finally assemble them. But the process isn't easy, and software evolves much slower than the superfast Moore's law we're used to. These expedient measures may allow Moore's law to last for a few more years, but in the end, these tricks have an end, and they cannot escape the control of quantum theory. As a result, the era of silicon computers is coming to an end, and scientists are experimenting with various forms of computers, such as quantum computers, molecular computers, nanocomputers, DNA computers, and optical computers, but none of these technologies can be used at present. 22. Causes of the robot's slow response, crisis instantaneous learning. Source: ChatGPT. The reasons for the slow response of robots can be analyzed at many levels, especially in the face of crisis situations and in the process of instantaneous learning. Here are some of the main reasons. 1. Computing power limitations. Today's robots often rely on complex computations to handle perception and decision-making processes. When a bot is faced with an unexpected situation or crisis, the demand for computation spikes, which can lead to delayed responses. Robots need to quickly process large amounts of sensing data and analyze and make decisions. Even efficient processors may not be able to react instantly because there are too many variables or situations to account for in the calculation. 2. Challenges in perception and environmental understanding. Robotic perception systems, e.g., vision, touch, hearing, etc., need to be highly accurate in perceiving the outside world, especially in emergency situations. When robots are in a rapidly changing environment, the resolution, speed, and accuracy of these sensing systems can affect their reaction times. Understanding complex environments often requires a lot of training data and time, which is a challenge for instantaneous learning. 3. Difficulty in learning instantaneously. Instantaneous learning refers to the robot's ability to learn from experience in a short period of time and adjust behavior immediately. Although some modern AI technologies, such as deep learning and reinforcement learning, can already support some learning capabilities, it is still difficult to learn and react in a very short period of time. When faced with a crisis situation, robots need to learn and adapt quickly to new situations, which often requires the system to be able to quickly make correct judgments with incomplete information or extreme conditions. This is a challenge to existing learning algorithms, especially with limited resources. 4. The correlation of the algorithm with the reaction time. The reaction time of a robot is closely related to the design of its internal algorithms. Some AI systems do model-based forecasting and planning, which takes time to build or update models, especially in changing environments. Even well-designed algorithms can take time to deal with uncertainty and computational logic, which can lead to delayed reactions. 5. Hardware limitations. In addition to the algorithm, the capabilities of the hardware itself will also affect the robot's reaction speed. For example, the computing speed of the processor, the memory capacity, the sensitivity of the sensor, etc. These hardware limitations directly affect the reaction time of the robot. When system resources, such as processing power or storage space, are overused, the bot may react more slowly. 6. Data latency and network issues. When a robot relies on a remote server or cloud computing, the delay in data transmission can affect the speed of response. If real-time response is required in a crisis situation, but data needs to be ingested or analyzed remotely, network latency can cause the bot to react not fast enough. Conclusion: although robots are constantly improving in intelligence and processing capabilities, they still face challenges in instantaneous learning and crisis management. This requires more technological breakthroughs, especially in areas such as improving perceptual accuracy, computing speed, and real-time learning capabilities. 23. Chiba University, Robot Dog Experiment. Source: ChatGPT. Chiba University's Robot Dog Experiment is a field related to robotics, AI technology, and advances in animal simulation. According to reports, these robot dogs are characterized by their flexibility, mobility, and autonomous navigation technology in research, with the aim of further promoting the application of robots in industry, environmental inspection, and even disaster relief. Taiwan's self-developed robot dogs, such as Oliver and Dustin, AI robot dogs developed by a team led by Professor Guo Chengxian of National Taiwan University, have demonstrated the potential for application in different fields, and plan to conduct further research and development for the application of stairs and different terrains. In addition, the design of these robot dogs has played an important role in overcoming complex terrain that traditional robots cannot cope with, and has also shown potential in solving labor shortages. Through continuous technological innovation, these robot dogs can not only complete autonomous positioning and navigation, but also have AI vision, voice recognition, and other functions, expanding their application scenarios in business and industry. Overall, these robot dogs not only represent the progress of robotics, but also symbolize a new breakthrough in the field of global robotics in intelligence and application practice. 24. Japan Soft Silver Pepper Equipment Person. Source: ChatGPT. Pepper is a humanoid robot launched by Japan's SoftBank in 2014 as an emotionally interactive robot and is designed to communicate with humans. The robot's ability to recognize and respond to human emotions, e.g., through facial recognition and speech analysis, is why Pepper is used in retail, hospitality and healthcare as a customer service representative, receptionist, or educational tool. Key features: emotion recognition. Pepper is able to judge a person's emotions through voice, facial expressions, and gestures, and respond appropriately, such as comforting customers when they are down. Interactive features: Pepper has natural language processing capabilities, which enables simple conversations and more interaction by touching the screen. Flexible movements: Pepper is able to walk, wave, and do some basic dance moves to improve his affinity. Open platform: Pepper's development platform allows third parties to develop applications that extend their functionality. Source: Wikipedia/Daily Headlines. Pepper is a humanoid robot that can express emotions. Manufactured by Han High Precision. It was introduced at a press conference on June 5, 2014, and was shown at SoftBank mobile phone stores in Japan the next day. Pepper, an anthropomorphic robot from SoftBank, plays kendama, also known as a sword ball, to better understand the orbit of objects. After 100 failed attempts, Pepper tried to analyze and improve the range of motion like a human, and finally solved the problem on his own, and caught the thrown ball with a bowl-shaped quilt. 25. The 12 Titans, Kronos. Source: ChatGPT. Kronos is one of the Titans in ancient Greek mythology and is closely associated with time, fate, and agriculture. One of the 12 Titans, Kronos was the son of Gaia, the goddess of the earth, and Uranus, the god of the sky, and one of the most powerful of his siblings. Key features of Kronos. Symbolism of time and fate: Kronos is closely associated with time, especially linear time, and is often depicted as an old man holding a scythe, symbolizing the passage of time and the control of fate. Overthrow of his father's rule: according to mythology, Kronos overthrew his father Ouranos for his injustice and imprisoned him underground. However, Kronos would eventually experience a similar fate, as he prophesied that his son would overthrow him. So, in order to avoid this fate, Cronus swallowed all his own children. Swallow his own children. To prevent being overthrown, Cronus devours the children he had with his wife, Rhea, one by one. However, Rhea managed to hide his youngest son, Zeus, and gave a stone to Cronus to swallow. When Zeus grew up, he led the other swallowed siblings, Hera, Poseidon, Hades, etc., to overthrow Cronus and begin the reign of the Olympian gods. Symbolic meaning of Cronus. Time and the inevitable fate. As the embodiment of time, Cronus symbolizes the decline and end that all life and things will eventually experience. Power and tyranny. Cronus also represents the image of a tyrant, who shows his fear of fate and his family by devouring his son in order to protect his power. Source: Wikipedia. Cronus was the leader of the first generation of the Titans and the youngest of the Titans. He was the son of Ouranos, the god of the sky, and Gaia, the god of the earth. He overthrew the tyrannical rule of his father Ouranos and led the golden age of Greek mythology until he was overthrown by his own son Zeus. Most of the other first-generation Titans were imprisoned in the underground Tartarus, and he himself was chopped to pieces by Zeus. Cronus and Rhea got married, but he was afraid that he would be replaced by children, so he swallowed all the children, but Zeus was not swallowed. 26. Hephaestus. Source: ChatGPT. Hephaestus was the god of fire and craft in ancient Greek mythology and one of the 12 Olympians. He was the son of Zeus and Hera and is often depicted as a somewhat lame god, symbolizing technique, forging, carving, and craftsmanship. The main features and myths of Hephaestus. God of forging and craft, Hephaestus is the patron goddess of metalcraft, blacksmithing, weapon making, and construction. The tools and weapons he created were extremely powerful and beautiful, including the thunder of Zeus, the jewels of Hera, the shield of Achilles, and more. The lame god, Hephaestus is the only flawed god among the Olympians due to the displeasure of his mother Hera. Some versions say that she caused him to be lame because of Hephaestus' ugliness by throwing him off Mount Olympus. This characteristic symbolizes the power of technical and artistic creation, albeit from flaws and dilemmas. Marriage and affection. Hephaestus is married to Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, but their marriage is not happy. Aphrodite had an affair with Ares, the god of war, and Hephaestus used his craft to create an invisible iron net to capture them. The emotional life of Hephaestus reflects the humanized deity of ancient Greek mythology, and although he is a symbol of skill and craftsmanship, there are also emotional fluctuations. The role and influence of the gods. As a representative of technology and creativity, Hephaestus is also considered the patron saint of craftsmen and artists. Not only did he create things, but he also created countless magical tools and weapons for other gods, and he was highly respected. Source: Wikipedia. Hephaestus, the god of fire and craftsman in ancient Greek mythology, corresponds to Vulcanus in Roman mythology. He was Aphrodite's husband, and the word volcano in Western languages is derived from his Roman name. He was one of the 12 main gods of Olympus. It was the son of Zeus and Sheila, or the illegitimate son of Sheila. 27. Aphrodite. Source: ChatGPT. Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty in ancient Greek mythology, with an incomparable charisma. She represents emotion, love, seduction, and sexuality. The figure of Aphrodite was very important in ancient Greek culture, one of the 12 Olympians and a central figure in many love stories. The main characteristics of Aphrodite. Birth myths. There are two main versions about the birth of Aphrodite. According to the most famous mythology, she was born from the blood of the god Ouranos mixed with sea water, born from the sea, and was pushed to the shore by the waves, a scene often depicted in art. Another version considers her to be the daughter of Zeus and Dione. Symbol of love and beauty. Aphrodite's symbol is love, charm, and beauty, and she is the patron saint of all lovers, marriages, and reproduction. She is capable of making anyone fascinated by her, and her love often triggers mythical love entanglements. Marriage and emotional life. Despite being the goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite's marriage was not a happy one. She is married to the craftsman god Hephaestus, but she has a long-term affair with Ares, the god of war. This unfaithful relationship reveals that she is not only an idealized symbol of love, but also a deity full of humanity and emotional fluctuations. The power and influence of love. Aphrodite is not only the goddess of romantic love, but also seen as the embodiment of sexuality and attractiveness. Her power often dictates the fate of other gods and humans in mythological stories, and her influence is everywhere, whether it's in promoting love stories between gods or affecting the fate of human beings. Related myths and cultural influences. Trojan War. In the Iliad, Aphrodite plays a major role in the Trojan War, supporting Paris of Troy and helping him escape with Helen, Queen of Sparta, an event that sparked a decade-long war. Art and culture. Aphrodite is a timeless subject in art, especially in ancient Greek sculpture. One of the most famous sculptures is Venus de Milo, which showcases her incomparable beauty. Source: Wikipedia. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, beauty, and sex in Greek mythology. The Latin characters for Venus and Friday are derived from her Roman name. Aphrodite was called Venus, Latin, Venus, during the Roman period, and in Greek mythology, Aphrodite was a pillar of the 12 main gods of Olympus. Aphrodite has the most perfect body and appearance in ancient Greece, symbolizing love. In Paris's judgment, Aphrodite was considered to represent the most beautiful goddess, receiving the golden apple, which symbolizes the most beautiful goddess. Because of Aphrodite's natural beauty, all the gods loved her and pursued her. Zeus also pursued her but was rejected, so Zeus angrily betrothed her to his ugly and lame son, Hephaestus, the blacksmith of Vulcan, and Aphrodite, who was dissatisfied with this, took revenge on Zeus for making him amorous, and was still punished by his snub wife Sheila for his lover and offspring. Aphrodite fell in love with Ares, the god of war, and gave birth to Ares, the god of love, Eros, who is Cupid, the god of lust, Priamos, who has a huge but forever childlike appearance, Harmonia, the goddess of coordination, and a pair of twins, respectively, the god of terror Buddha Pos and the god of fear Demos. In addition to this, Aphrodite also had children with some gods and mortals. The goddess of beauty, Carides, who was in charge of beauty and grace, was Aphrodite's lady-in-waiting, and some myths say that the three goddesses were the daughters of Dionysius and Aphrodite. 28. Rhode Island. Source: ChatGPT. Rhodes Island is a beautiful island located in the Aegean Sea of Greece, belonging to the Dodecanese Islands. It is the main island of the archipelago and the easternmost island of Greece, located just 18 kilometers from Turkey and 360 kilometers from mainland Greece. The island gets its name from the ancient Greek word for rose, which at the time referred to hibiscus. Rhodes' emblem is a jumping deer, a symbol of freedom and vitality. Key features. Geographical and administrative divisions. Rhodes is located on the Aegean Sea, part of the Greek region of South Aegean, and belongs to the municipality of Rhodes. With an area of 1,398 square kilometers, the island is the largest in the archipelago and has about 125,000 inhabitants. About half of the inhabitants live in Rhodes City, the capital of the island and a major tourist center. Historical background. Rhodes has been an important center of trade and cultural exchange since ancient times. One of the seven wonders of antiquity, the famous Colossus of Rhodes, once stood in the port of Rhodes, symbolizing the island's prosperity and strength. There are also many monuments on the island, including ancient temples, theaters, and city walls. Modern tourism and economy. Rhodes is now an important tourist destination in Greece, known for its beautiful beaches, ancient historical sites, and charming medieval cities. The Old Town of Rhodes is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attracts a large number of tourists every year. The island's economy is largely dependent on tourism, in addition to agriculture and fishing, which also contribute to the local economy. Source: Wikipedia. Rhodes, an island in the Aegean Sea, is located at the easternmost tip of the Zozakanesus archipelago. It is also the main island of the archipelago and the easternmost large island under the jurisdiction of Greece, only 18 kilometers from Turkey and 360 kilometers from the Greek mainland. Its name comes from the ancient Greek word for rose, which at the time referred to today's hibiscus. The island emblem is a jumping deer. Administratively, the island is part of the municipality of Rhodes, in the southern Aegean region. The island covers an area of 1,398 square kilometers and has about 125,000 inhabitants, about half of whom live in Rhodes in the north of the island, which is also the island's capital and tourist center. Rhodes is one of the origins of civilization in the Aegean region and has a fairly old myth about their canes. Pindar's poem states that Rhodes is the product of the union of the sun god Helios and the goddess Lot. During the Hellenistic period, the heyday of the island, a huge bronze statue of the sun god was erected, which became one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. During the Crusades, the Knights Hospitaller occupied the island and renamed it the Knights of Rhodes, becoming an important presence in the island's history, and they left many medieval buildings on the island. Rhodes is a jewel of the Aegean Islands with its literary temperament and unique historical connotations. The name of Rhode Island, a state in the United States, and Rhode Island, often referred to as Aquidneck Island, which is located within the state, may come from this island. 29. Xingzi. Tang asked. Source: ChatGPT. Liezi Tangwen is one of the ancient Chinese philosophical books of Liezi and one of the Taoist classics. The author of this book is the thinker Liezi, also known as Lai Yukao, during the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period, and Tangwen is one of the important chapters, mainly telling many philosophies and truths in the form of stories. Tangwen records a conversation between King Tang, the founder of the Shang dynasty, and the virtuous minister Yi Yin. In this chapter, Yi Yin taught King Tang how to govern the country with benevolence and virtue, and put forward the ideas of Tao and rule by doing nothing. These ideas reflect the Taoist emphasis on natural inaction, which advocates that the monarch should manage the country in a simple way, respect the laws of nature, and avoid too much intervention. In addition, there are many fables in this chapter to illustrate Taoist thought. For example, there are profound philosophies about how the sages understood the laws of the universe and nature, which had a profound influence on later Taoist philosophy and political thought. Main philosophical ideas. Rule by inaction, emphasize not interfering with nature, conforming to the way of heaven, and letting things develop naturally. Respect for nature and Tao, advocate that the monarch should conform to the natural order between heaven and earth, and maintain simplicity and humility. Rule by virtue and wisdom, emphasis on governing the country with morality and wisdom, rather than relying solely on power and force. Source: Baidu Encyclopedia. Liezi Tangwen is from Liezi, and the book Liezi is said to have been written by Liezi, Lai Yukao, during the Warring States period. The Hanshi Wenzi book Liezi has long been dispersed. The book consists of 8 chapters and 134 articles, mostly folklore, fables and myths. Source: Keek.com. Among the relevant documents of ancient Chinese books, the most scientifically and technologically imaginative work is the record of chaotic robots in the Liezi Tangwen. Let's first tell this story in the vernacular as faithful as possible. King Mu of Zhou once went on a tour, all the way to the west, crossed the Kunlun Mountain, and arrived at the Kunlun Mountain in the extreme west. Halfway home, a small country presented a craftsman named Yunshi. King Mu of Zhou then summoned him and asked, "What are your skills?" He replied, "I can do whatever the king commands me to do. But I've already made one thing, and I want the king to take a look at it first." King Zhou Mu said, "Tomorrow you bring it, and I will see it with you." The next day, the Yunshi met King Zhou Mu again, and King Zhou Mu received him and said, "Who is this man who has come with you?" The Yunshi replied, "I have made a good singer and dancer." King Zhou Mu looked at it in surprise and found that no matter what it did, it was no different from a real person. Just shake its jaw and it will sing a melodic song, hold its hand and it will dance to the beat. Its performances are ever-changing, and there is nothing to be desired. King Zhou unknowingly regarded it as a real person, and also summoned his favorite concubine Shang-Ji and other female officials to watch it together. Unexpectedly, when the performance was about to end, the servant actually flirted with the concubine beside King Zhou. King Mu of Zhou was furious and immediately wanted to kill Yunqi. The Yunqi was so frightened that he hurriedly disemboweled, so that King Zhou could see clearly that it was actually made of leather, wood, glue, paint, and colorful paints. King Mu of Zhou carefully observed and found that the body of the person contained liver, gallbladder, heart, lungs, spleen, kidneys, intestines, stomach, and other organs, and on the outside there were muscles, bones, joints, skin, hair, teeth, and hair. Although they are all fake, they are all available. The Yunqi sewed the servant together, and it was as good as ever. King Mu of Zhou ordered the Yunqi to remove its heart, and after sewing it up again this time, the servant would not be able to speak. Then the artificial liver was removed, and the servant lost his eyesight. When the artificial kidney was removed, both of its legs were paralyzed. At this time, King Zhou was overjoyed and exclaimed, "The technology in the world can really be ingenious." So he ordered the accompanying vehicle to take the servant back to the palace. With this story in mind, it is time to explore the fundamental question: is this account true or false? Since the era of King Mu of Zhou is a full 3,000 years ago, if this is a real historical material, the history of human science and technology development is bound to be rewritten. Fortunately, much evidence points out that this text is essentially just a novel, and that it is based on a story from a Buddhist sutra. From the Book of Life, Volume 3, the Buddha says the king of the 5 sutras. Yet, even though it is 100% apocryphal, this document still contains many implications. Let's break them down one by one. Liazi's original name is Lia Cao, the age of birth and death is unknown. In short, it was between the spring and autumn period and the Warring States period. His doctrine is usually classified as a Taoist system, but it is significantly different from that of Lao Chuang. In the simplest way, he is a relatively Taoist who has entered the world. Although the book Liazi expounds Liazi's thoughts, it is a well-known pseudo-book, and it is by no means written by Liazi or his disciples. However, this pseudo-book appeared as early as the Han Dynasty. The current version is already in place during the Jin Dynasty, c. 3rd and 4th centuries AD. In other words, if the account of Yunqi Robot is regarded as a fantasy novel, it is at least 1,600 years old. It is also an incomparably surprising fact that a certain Chinese literati 1 or 2,000 years ago could have such a rich, even deviant imagination. What's even more intriguing is that Yunqi Robot is not just a fantasy novel, but also an authentic and orthodox science fiction novel. Because not only does it cleverly incorporate the spirit of science into the story, but it is also fully in line with the science fiction standard of combining contemporary technology and extending it. Whether it is the spirit of science or science fiction, it is hidden in the king tries to abolish his heart, and he cannot speak. If the liver is wasted, the eye cannot see. If they waste their kidneys, they will not be able to walk. These 26 words. It must be emphasized here that although the story of the Yunqi Robot is derived from Buddhist scriptures, these 26 characters are the original work of the anonymous author, and there is no trace of them in the original Buddhist scriptures. Let's start with the part about the scientific spirit. In this story, Zhou Mu Wang is a positive character with an empirical spirit. When he saw the various artificial organs in the human body, he immediately became curious and wanted to find out what those organs were for. His approach is the standard scientific method, to see the servant as a black box system, which can be used to deduce the functions of various organs through different inputs and outputs. In the story, he removes the artificial heart, artificial liver and artificial kidney of the Lingren one by one, which is to manipulate different inputs. The output he gets is that the Lingren loses the ability to speak, see, and walk, respectively. In implication, King Zhou came to 3 conclusions: the artificial heart, artificial liver and artificial kidney of Lingren play a key role in the 3 functions of language, vision, and walking, respectively. 30. Yunqi. Source: ChatGPT. The Yunqi mentioned in Liezi Tangwen was a skilled craftsman in the Western Zhou dynasty, who was famous for making puppets. It is said that the puppets made by the Yunqi are lifelike, can sing and dance, and even seem to be alive. During the reign of King Mu of Zhou, he performed for King Mu and his concubines, and the puppets flirted with their concubines during the performance, which made King Mu very angry, thinking that the puppets' actions were disrespectful, and even wanted to kill the Yunqi. However, after Yunqi explained to King Mu, after dissecting the internal structure of the puppet, King Mu realized that this was just a clever representation of the puppet, so he gave up. This story not only showcases the extraordinary skills of the Yunqi, but also reflects the sensitivity of the people of the time to technology, art, and morality. The puppet performance aroused a strong reaction from King Mu, and also revealed the human understanding of life and the fear and awe of mechanical bionic technology. The story of Yunqi thus became a symbol of Taoist thought, expressing the interweaving of skill and morality, and reflecting the early concepts of artificial intelligence and robotics. Source: Wikipedia. Yunqi, Western Zhou, a skilled craftsman in the era of King Mu of Zhou. The puppets made by him can sing and dance, just like a living person. King Mu and his concubine watched together. The puppet flirted with the concubine. King Mu was furious, and wanted to kill the Yunqi, and the puppet was dissected. Liezi Tangwen. 31. Luban. Source: ChatGPT. Liu Ban, whose real name is Gong Gai Iban, was a famous craftsman and inventor during the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period in China, and is revered as the ancestor of ancient crafts and architecture. His deeds and inventions have had a profound impact on Chinese history, and he is often regarded as a symbol of skill, machinery, and construction techniques. Luban's main contributions. Inventions and technology. Luban is considered the inventor of many innovative tools and mechanisms. For example, he invented woodworking tools such as saws, drills, carving knives, etc., which greatly contributed to the development of crafts and construction techniques of the time. In addition, he created puppets and some devices that could function automatically. Engineering and architecture. Luban also made significant contributions to the field of architecture, and is said to have designed many famous buildings and engineering projects. Especially in the field of carpentry and masonry, his design innovations profoundly influenced ancient Chinese building techniques. Luban ruler. Luban is also credited with inventing the Luban ruler, a tool used for measurement, which has played an important role in traditional construction and carpentry, and is still used in some regions today. Legend and influence. Although some of Luban's deeds may have elements of legend, his image is deeply ingrained in Chinese culture, often seen as a representative of craftsmen, inventors, and engineers. He had a profound influence on later craftsmen and engineers, and is often depicted in Chinese folk tales as a symbol of ingenuity. Source: Wikipedia. Luban, 507 BC, 444 BC, surnamed Ji, Gongyi clan, famous class, also known as Gongyi Pan, honorific title Gongyi Zi, is a famous craftsman in the late Spring and Autumn period, and is respected as the ancestor of Chinese craftsmen by later generations. It is said that Liu Ban was born in a large family of Liu for generations, the Gongyi clan. Because he is a native of Liu country, he is called Liu Ban or Liu Pan, and later, the name Liu Ban was the most widely spread and became a common name. Liu Ban was born in about 507 BC, the 13th year of King Jing of Zhou, and lived in seclusion in Lishan, southeast of present-day Jinan City, also known as Thousand Buddha Mountain, 40 years later. Due to the many legends of his contribution to the construction and carpentry industries in China, it is believed that he designed the tools and construction rules, and has been used to this day. Therefore, Luban also has different titles such as Luban Immortal Master, Gong Gai I ancestor, Qiao Sheng ancestor, Lu Ban Yat, Lu Ban Gong, Luban holy ancestor, Lu Ban ancestor and Luban patriarch and so on. All over China, there are Luban temples or Luban temples. 32. Mozi. Source: ChatGPT. Mozi, whose real name is Mozi, was a famous thinker, military strategist, technologist, craftsman, and educator during the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period in China. The Mahist school he founded had a profound impact on the development of ancient Chinese philosophy and technology, especially in the fields of ethics, logic, physics, and engineering. Mozi's main ideas and contributions. Love and non-attack. Mozi emphasized contemporaneous love, or universal love or undifferentiated love, and advocated that everyone should love everyone, rather than just showing love to those close to them. This is in contrast to the benevolence advocated by Confucianism at the time, which favored a hierarchical structure of family and society. Non-offensive is another core concept of Mozi, who strongly opposes war and violence, believes that war causes great suffering to the people, and advocates the peaceful and rational settlement of disputes. Mahist pragmatism. Mozi advocated pragmatism, emphasizing seeking truth from facts, and attaching importance to craftsmanship, technology, and practical application. His school focused on technology and engineering, and made many contributions to siege technology, defenses, and other practical projects. Technology and engineering. Mozi's contribution to technology and invention is also very important. For example, the Mahist school developed many new mechanical devices at the time, and Mozi himself contributed to optics, mechanics, and acoustics. Mozi's theory of light scenes is considered an early description of the reflection and refraction of light. Logic and dialectic. Mozi's school also had important achievements in logic. He founded the school of nominalism, and emphasized formal logic and dialectics, advocating reasoning and debate based on facts and logic. Mahist doctrine. The Mahist school has its own classics, such as the book Mozi, which contains Mozi's thoughts, theories, and teachings. Mozi is not only a philosophical classic, but also a comprehensive embodiment of ancient Chinese logic, ethics, and engineering technology. Mozi's historical position. Mozi is one of the great thinkers in Chinese history, and although his school gradually declined later, his influence on Chinese philosophy, science, and technology cannot be ignored. Mozi's idea of love and love had a profound influence on later ethical studies, and his emphasis on rationality and pragmatism also made his doctrine stand in stark contrast to other schools of thought at the time, such as Confucianism and Taoism. Mozi is also regarded as a multifaceted genius, whose ideas and inventions have a unique place in Chinese history. Source: Wikipedia. Mozi, 468 BC, 376 BC, surnamed Mo, named Zai, was a native of the Song Kingdom, now Shangqiu, Henan, in the late Spring and Autumn period and the early Warring States period, and a native of the Lu Kingdom, now Mushi Town, Tengzhou, Shandong, and was a famous Chinese thinker, scientist, educator, military strategist, and generalist. He put forward the views of non-Confucianism, concurrent love, non-attack, Shangxian, Shangtong, Tianzi, Ming Ghost, non-life, non-happiness, festival funeral, saving use, mutual benefit and other views, founded the Mahist theory, and the book Mozi has been handed down. The Mahists had a great influence at that time, and Mozi founded Mach because of his anti-Confucianism. Valuing science. The ideas of Mozi embodied in the book Mozi still have a certain influence in later generations, and the widely circulated 1,000-character text records the story of ink sorrow and silk dyeing from Mozi dyed. In the Qing dynasty, with the rise of Zhuzi studies, scholars' research on Mozi's thought was raised to a new level. In 2016, China launched the world's first quantum science experiment satellite, named Messias, in honor of Mozi. Mozi once studied Confucianism, but because he was dissatisfied with the cumbersomeness of Confucianism, he set up a new theory and gathered disciples to give lectures. It is said that the king of Chu had planned to attack the Song dynasty, and Mozi went to persuade the king of Chu, and won the victory in a simulated attack and defense with the public defeat, Luban, and the king of Chu had to retreat. Mozi's thoughts and propositions can be found in Mahists. 33. Ridged frog reflex. Source: ChatGPT. The frog reflex is a simple physiological reflex studied by neuroscientists, especially in animal experiments, such as in frogs. This reflex usually refers to the frog's automatic response to external stimuli, such as eye touch or other sensory stimuli. These reflexes are not processed by the brain, but are directly controlled by the spinal cord, hence the name spinal reflexes. Key features: spinal cord control. This is a reflex process that does not require the intervention of the brain. When the frog's skin or sensory organs are stimulated, the signal travels directly to the spinal cord, triggering a rapid motor response, such as jumping or moving. Applications in experiments. In neuroscience research, this reflex is used to study the basic response mechanisms of the nervous system. Researchers electrically stimulate the spinal cord or sensory nerves to see how the animals respond to movement. Simulation and mechanical applications. This concept of reflection also has implications for reaction control in robots. By simulating the basic reflex behavior of living beings, scientists can design faster and more efficient robotic control systems. Source: Baidu Encyclopedia. The spine frog reflex, which allows the frog to perform experiments on unconditioned reflexes. Because there is no brain, all of its reflexes are done through the spinal cord. 34. Mary Shelley. Source: ChatGPT. Mary Shelley, 1797–1851, was an English novelist, playwright, and essayist, best known for her classic novel Frankenstein, or Modern Prometheus, or The Modern Prometheus. Since its first publication in 1818, the novel has become an important cornerstone of science fiction literature and Gothic fiction. Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's masterpiece Frankenstein, is considered one of the most important works in the history of world literature and the foundation of science fiction. The novel explores the boundaries between science and morality, tells the story of scientist Victor Frankenstein who creates an artificial monster, and profoundly reflects on the reflection on technology, morality, and human self-understanding. The novel's themes include loneliness, responsibility, creativity, and humanity, and are still being adapted and discussed today. Family background and early life. Mary Shelley was born into the family of famous British radical thinkers Mary Wollstonecraft and William Godwin. Her mother was a pioneer of the feminist movement, and her father was a prominent political philosopher. Mary grew up in an intellectual and literary environment, and her mother's death shortly after her birth had a profound impact on her early life. Personal life and creative background. Mary Shelley married the famous poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, and the two lived together in an intensely romantic environment. The famous Frankenstein was written during a summer vacation when Mary Shelley spent time with literary figures such as Shelley and Byron. During this period, Shelley's discussions of science, philosophy, and morality greatly influenced the writing of her novels. Later works and influences. Mary Shelley also wrote other novels, such as The Last Man and The Diary of Franz Stewart, but Frankenstein is undoubtedly her best-known work. Her work had a profound influence on story structure and characterization in later science fiction and Gothic novels. Source: Wikipedia. Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, née Godwin, August 30, 1797 – February 1, 1851, was a famous English novelist, short story writer, playwright, essayist, biographer, and travel writer, known as the mother of science fiction for her 1818 Gothic novel Frankenstein. She was the wife of Percy Bysshe Shelley, the famous English Romantic poet and philosopher, and she also helped her husband edit and promote his works. Mary's father was the political philosopher William Godwin, and her mother was the feminist and philosopher Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Godwin's mother died 11 days after her birth, and she and her half-sister Fanny Imlay were raised by their father. When she was 4 years old, her father married a neighbor, Mary Jane Claremont. The father provided her daughter with a rich but informal education, encouraging her to follow his liberal political theories. In 1814, Mary Godwin began a relationship with her father's follower, the married Percy Bysshe Shelley. They travelled to France with Claire Claremont, the sister of Mary's half-sister, who was only legally related, then travelled to mainland Europe and finally returned to England, where Mary was pregnant at the time. For the next 2 years, they faced exile, debt, and the death of their daughter. After Shelley's first wife committed suicide in 1816, the two were officially married. In 1816 the two of them spent the summer near Geneva, Switzerland, with Lord Byron, Byron's personal physician, John William Polly Dowley, and Claire Claremont, where Mary began to conceive her novel Frankenstein. The Shelleys left England for Italy in 1818, and before her last child, Percy Florence Shelley, was born, her second and third children died. In 1822, her husband was caught in a storm while sailing in the Bay of La Spezia, and he drowned as a result of the sinking of his ship. A year later, Mary returned to England and has since become a professional writer to raise her only surviving son. Her last decade was plagued by illnesses that could have been caused by a brain tumor that ended her life at the age of 53. Until the 1970s, most people knew Mary Shelley for her Frankenstein and her husband's book, which was widely read and inspired many plays and film adaptations. Recent scholarship has provided a more comprehensive view of Mary Shelley's work, and interest in her other literary works has grown, particularly in fiction, including the historical novels Walburga, 1823, and Perkin Warbeck, 1830, The Last Man in the Apocalyptic Novel, 1826, and her last two novels, Lodolf, 1835, and Fafner, 1837. Her lesser-known works, such as a travel book Wandering in Germany and Italy, 1844, and a biographical essay on the Encyclopedia of Dionysius Radner, provide strong evidence for her assertion that she belonged to radical politics. Mary Shelley's work often argues that cooperation and compassion are the means to social reform, especially when practiced by women in the family. This view directly challenged the personal romanticism advocated by her husband and the political theories of his father during the Age of Enlightenment. 35. Extraordinary Maid, Killer Butler. Source: Netflix. The family is nearly torn apart and gets a top-notch robot, but she's also coveted by a business, a homicide investigator and a terrorist. Starring Paulina Andreeva, Creel Kahlo, and Alexander Ostriakov. Creators: Alexander Quaso, Alessandro Dagon. The story tells the story of the future Russia is a thriving society where robots are integrated into the home, e-wallets have become implantable, and all kinds of high-tech that are not special and do not need to be imagined have been fully integrated into the market. The main character, the humanoid robot, is divided into two categories from its appearance. One is to simulate the appearance of real humans, and it has become a valuable high-end commodity at the time with high fidelity. The other type is ordinary hard rubber robots, which are mainly arranged to be low-level laborers, or small assistants at work. The Russian culture of the future is full of shameless behaviors such as the current elite class, covering up the truth about civilian deaths, ignoring human lives, bribing forensic doctors to issue fatal reports of natural deaths, etc., in the future world of advanced technology. Make ya code cross the problem part and buy a super robot hidden killing tricks to mess things up. Russia's future buys a robotic maid made in China, a highly anthropomorphic maid that is theoretically a powerful extension of China's smart factories to make sex dolls. I just didn't think that Made in China would be so powerful that simplified characters appear directly in the control version, and Russia's imaginary future would include the output of Chinese characters. Shocking. 36. Blade Runner. Source: ChatGPT. Blade Runner is a science fiction classic film from the late 1970s. Philip K. Dick's novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Directed by Ridley Scott and starring Harrison Ford, the film was first released in 1982. The film is considered one of the milestones of science fiction cinema and is known for its deep philosophical exploration and visual style. Main storyline. Set in Los Angeles in 2019, it depicts an extremely futuristic, heavily polluted urban environment. The film's main character, Decatur, played by Harrison Ford, is a Blade Runner tasked with hunting down and retiring illegal replicants. These androids are artificial beings that have been created to be used as tools for labor or entertainment, but due to their ability to approximate human beings and their limited lifespan, this has sparked many ethical and moral controversies. As Deckard pursues a group of escaped androids, he begins to question his mission and the humanity of the androids. The core theme of the video. The boundaries between humanity and machinery. The film explores what constitutes a human and the boundaries between humans and androids. Androids have emotions, memories, and self-awareness, which makes them look more like humans than cold machines. Memory and identity. The role of memory in the formation of human identity is emphasized in the film. Androids are implanted with artificial memories, but are they capable of real experiences and emotions? Life and death and the meaning of existence. The androids in the film have an extremely short lifespan, which triggers their fear of death and their strong pursuit of a longer life. This makes them more like human beings, with the same desire to survive as humans. Visual style. Blade Runner's visual style has been well received by cinematographers, blending futuristic technology with a retro aesthetic, and featuring high-contrast light and shadow effects, dark cityscapes, and neon lighting to create a futuristic world that is both oppressive and captivating. Impact and legacy. Although Blade Runner did not achieve great box office success when it was released that year, it is considered one of the most influential works in the history of cinema over time. Its story and visual style have had a profound impact on later science fiction films, and have been repeatedly interpreted and paid homage to various cultural media, books, and other films. The film also saw the launch of a sequel, Blade Runner 2049, in 2017, directed by Denis Villeneuve, which continues the theme and worldview of the first film. Source: Wikipedia. Blade Runner 2020 is an American neo-black dystopian science fiction film released in 1982, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Harrison Ford, Rutger Hauer, Sean Young, and Edward James Olmos, among others. The screenplay for the film was written by Hampton Finch and David Bipos, and was adapted from Philip F. K. Dick's 1968 novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? The film depicts dystopian Los Angeles, where big corporations genetically engineer organic robots known as androids for dangerous, lowly, or entertainment jobs in the extraterrestrial colonies. Special police officers known as Blade Runner are tasked with hunting down and retiring, i.e., ending their lives, to defy the ban and return to Earth. The main plot focuses on retired Blade Runner Rick, who reluctantly takes on a mission to hunt down a group of androids who have recently rebelled and smuggled back to Earth. During the course of his investigation, he begins a relationship with Rachel, an advanced android, leading him to question the difference between humans and androids. Blade Runner's initial film reviews were polarized. One audience criticized the film's slow pace, while others appreciated its complex, layered futuristic themes. 1 year after its release, the film won the prestigious Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Performance. The film did not perform well at the box office in North America, but quickly became a cult classic. The film's art design was praised for depicting an improved futuristic world, and remains a masterpiece of the neo-noir genre today. Blade Runner made the original author Philip Blade Runner K. Dick has attracted Hollywood attention, and many of his other works have since been adapted into films. Ridley Scott considers this film probably his most complete and personal film. In 1993, Blade Runner was included in the National Film Register by the Library of Congress for its cultural, historical, or aesthetic significance. The film has now been ranked by many critics as one of the best sci-fi films of all time. Due to controversial changes by the production director, the film has appeared in a total of 7 versions in different markets. After the rough cut version was well received, the director's cut version was hastily released in 1992 due to the film's popularity in the video rental world, becoming one of the first films to be released on DVD, but it also led to a mediocre level of picture and sound quality. In 2007, Warner Bros. Released the final cut, a digital remake of Blade Runner's 25th anniversary in a version of Scott's Complete Artistic Freedom. The release was screened in selected theaters, followed by the release of the film on DVD, HD DVD, and Blu-ray, UHD versions. The sequel, Silver Wing Killer 2049, was released in October 2017. Plot: in November 2019 in Los Angeles, USA, retired police officer Rick was intercepted by the officer Geeve, who took him to meet the old Superintendent Brian. As a former Blade Runner, Dyke's past job was to hunt down cyborg robots known as androids and retire them, a euphemism for killing. Brian told Dacre that several Nexus 6 androids had recently come to Earth illegally, and that they had only 4 years to live, and that they might have come to Earth in search of a way to prolong their lives. Dick and Brian examine a video of another serving Blade Runner, Holden, conducting the Voigtkampf test, a form of empathetic response to questions to distinguish androids from humans. Subject Leon shot and severely wounded Holden after Holden asked him about his mother. Brian tasked Deke with retiring Leon and 3 other androids, Roy, Betty, Zola, and Pris, which Decker reluctantly accepted under Brian's indirect threats. Dyke first went to Tyrell Corporation to see if the human nature test was valid for the Chain 6. Dr. Elton Terry abruptly puts his assistant Rachel to the test, and the results of the test allow Decker to learn that Rachel is an advanced model of android test subject who thinks he is human. She was implanted with false memories, and these memories provided her with a breeding ground for emotional deposits. Therefore, the test to distinguish whether she is an android or not needs to be expanded and lengthened. At the same time, androids are trying to get in touch with Dr. Terry in order to find a way to prolong their lives. Roy and Leon go to Joe's eye-making lab and extract a confession from him about how they could meet Dr. Terry. In order to save his life, Lao Joe revealed J.F. Sebastian, a genetic designer who had a close personal relationship with Dr. Terry. Rachel visits Decker's home and shows him a family photo from her childhood to prove that she is human, but explains that her memories are implanted, and she drops the photo and leaves in tears. While searching Leon's hotel room, found a photograph of Zola and artificial snake scales. He pursues this clue and finds the striptease club where Zola and the snake perform together. Decker then shot her in the crowded streets and retired her. Brian then appears, telling Dake that Rachel needs to be added to the retirement list because she disappeared from Terry. Sees Rachel in the crowd, but is attacked by Leon who suddenly appears, and the two scuffle together. Rachel kills Leon with Decker's pistol that Leon has knocked out, and they return to Decker's apartment together, and they spend a moment of intimacy together. Pris and Roy find Sebastian, who sympathizes with their plight and takes Roy through the security of Dr. Terry's attic. In Dr. Terry's bedroom, Roy asks for an extended life and asks for forgiveness from the godlike artificial human creator in front of him. After both requests were frustrated, Roy killed Dr. Terry and Sebastian. Upon learning of the murder, Dake enters Sebastian's residence to investigate, is ambushed by Pris, but manages to shoot her dead. Roy returns, playfully chasing down Deke and breaking 2 of his fingers, before the two make it to the rooftop. Tried to escape by jumping onto another roof, but could barely hang from a roof beam. Roy easily jumped onto the same rooftop, saving Decker the moment he let go. Towards the end of his life, Roy begins a monologue about his dying memories, and Decker silently watches him die in front of him. Soon Jeff arrives and shouts to Dake, "It's a shame she's not going to live long." But who can live a long life? Alert, rushes back to his lodgings and finds Rachel sleeping peacefully in his bed. As they leave, Decker finds the tinfoil unicorn origami that Jeff left behind, and he recalls what Jeff said earlier and walks Rachel into the elevator. In the premiere version, the final scene shows Decker and Rachel leaving the apartment to face an unknowable future and driving through a tranquil idyllic setting. Conclusion. Perhaps, human beings are a product of AI. First created into this world to be familiar with and improve, and through human technology and experience, to meet the advent of the creation of AI, to create the AI world. Tesla's We, Robot Press Conference. The entire event was posted on the Facebook community, Abeo Tells News/Abeo Tells Stories. https://www.facebook.com/groups/2011675095870985/media/videos. Pit/coming soon. Blade Runner.